And we live.
And we
What's up,
live.
guys? This is Ghost Rider 730 featuring your boy T Reaper. He came to hang out with your boy Ghost. And
Thank you for the invite, by the way. I've never actually done a show with you before, so that's actually, there's a first time for everything, I guess.
yeah, definitely, man. T Reaper, man. Lately, what's been going on is the Xbox community's been going bananas. They've been going crazy, brother. What I'm trying to tell you is I'm seeing tweets. My phone is getting hit up. You got Ryan McCrary telling Phil
Well,
basically.
Ryan is just a pony that like wears a green skin. Is basically what he is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I don't understand this guy. We need to go back, TV, because you know you've been there for a while and you've been through this crazy madness that's been going on since early 2013 to now to date. And Ryan McCaffrey and his little entourage, he's supposed to be an Xbox dude, but what he
Yeah, he's
sent
not an
Phil,
Xbox dude. He claims he's an Xbox dude. He's not an Xbox dude. He's not one.
yeah.
He just pays to look the part.
All I know is this: he told Phil Spencer in Phil's face that the PlayStation 4 was a beast.
Bullshit.
Console, a beast of a console at the time. And a lot of people fail to realize, T Reaper and the Xbox community need to wake up out this bull right now that's going on with this God of War stuff. Like, don't get me wrong. A lot of people say, oh, God of War, the game looks stunning. It looks beautiful. I can't front.
Yeah,
But
I agree. Like this game looks like it plays beautiful. It looks like it's awesome. It looks like it's one of a kind. It looks like they revamped what used to be of old. But there's like different niches I can take at it right now. And the game's not even out yet. It comes out on Friday. I can take certain niches at it right now. This game has daddy issues. This game's got Dark Souls issues. This game's got Destiny ripoff MMO issues. And this game has Joel and Ellie issues. So, like, and I'm not even addressing the story because I haven't played it yet, but I'm waiting to do it. But, like, everybody thinks, all the ponies thinks this game is perfect. This game is not perfect. I guarantee it. This game, no game on this planet is perfect. There's always that one niche that you can always say, I liked this, but this is what I didn't like about it.
you're right. You're right about that. And for it to hit a lot of high scores, Metacritic and all these big websites giving it a high praise, and a lot of these fanboys are going crazy on Twitter. And
Yeah, but
it,
do you notice that the embargo lifted, the Metacritic came out, but like no spoilers are to be seen anywhere on YouTube. You can't find any. They like Sony specifically made it so that no spoilers could be released. And I'm like, yo, I want to see spoilers. Please tell me spoilers. But like the most I can get to it is like the deepest one I got was the game can be up to 15 hours long if you do it right. And if the story takes place years after God of War 3. So, that whole theory that, it's a different God of War, it's in a different timeline. No, it's like legitimately straight after 3. It just takes place years and years after that in a different region.
yeah, that's what bugged me out. That he came, he was with the
He ain't
Greek
dead.
gods,
He ain't
and
dead.
yeah, now it's like he's with, I think, the Vikings or something. Like, it's weird. Like,
Yeah.
he's got this hammer that's like Thor, and everybody's excited. But I'm like, they revamped it with the camera view over the shoulder. It looks tough, but this is not
But
the
like
same as that God of War
everything is like
hack
one
and
similar
slash.
everything is one simultaneous like camera view. Like it doesn't shy away from the camera view. It's just one simultaneous camera view throughout the entire game, which I think is pretty.
Pretty dope. Like, it's all right from what I see, but for what these Sony fanboys and these Sony dudes on
This game
YouTube
is awesome. This
and
game,
yeah, go ahead.
everybody's saying this game is awesome. This game is God. Everybody's jumping Xbox to play PlayStation. It's God of War. Of course, everybody's gonna go play PlayStation. No, this isn't no Shimu 3 bullcrap. This isn't no freaking Jack and Dexter shit. This is God of War. This is your icon. This is what
Exactly.
there's to see. Of course, everybody is going to get off Xbox and go on PlayStation. Or if they're like me, they'll just turn on their Xbox, put it on something, go on PlayStation, and still be connected to Xbox while they play it. That's don't have to leave Xbox to play PlayStation. It's right next to me.
You're
Like,
right.
yeah, it's just like, but like, I want to see this game all the way through because I want to see what the niche inside the story is because I know there is one. Everybody thought there wasn't going to be a niche with Horizon Zero Dawn. Turned out that game was just a ripoff of Judgment Day. So, like, I'm wondering what this one is going to be, because I'm like, it could be that the whole mechanics and the whole, programming of it is just niche after niche after niche, but the story is genuine and the story is actually not, like basically dissectable. But I don't think that's true, because every Sony game has a niche. They all have one. They're known for doing that. So I'm wondering what that is, and I'm wondering if that's why the spoilers aren't allowed to be out, because that way people could tear it apart. And they want as many good reviews as possible until the game actually launches. So they have as many good people to review it. So next time when they want to review a game, they can pick those same people who gave it like a 95 or a 94 or whatever it is now. And, and it will keep rising because it's not even fully launched yet. So they only had a certain amount of people that they could pick to like review it. And they all gave it high scores. IGN gave it a high score. I don't know how you can give that game a 10. I wouldn't give that. I wouldn't give that a 10. The most I would give that thing is an 8 without playing it. Because it looks enticing. It looks, immersive. It looks like the story between the father and son duo with the daddy issues. It looks like that's actually really, really well done. And I want to see what that actually really looks like. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I'm saying like this game is not perfect. So whoever is saying that, please stop saying that, because it's not perfect. Nothing is perfect in this world.
Nothing is perfect.
You're right about that. My shoes aren't even perfect. and they're about a year old. So nothing in this world is perfect.
I feel like since they've been waiting a long time, they finally got their greatness, and God of War was one of them. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that they can get hyped. But for a lot of people,
because this is what we've been waiting for. This is what I bought a PS4 in 2016 for. This is exactly the reason why I bought one.
Yeah,
I had to wait another year for it to come out, but I bought that one for this specific reason. I didn't buy it for any other game. So anybody on Twitter who's like throwing out like Death Stranding or Days Gone or whatever, Days Gone and like Death Stranding, it looks like it's centered towards the PS5. That's what it looks like they're trying to do. They're trying to like set up the next generation for all these games that are still like in the backdrop. But this year we still got Spider-Man. I'm not interested in that. Don't bring that up to my face, because I'm gonna be like, Peter Parker, who? I don't know who that is. I just don't actually know who that is. And then Last of Us 2, if that comes out this year, I think that will be the other one where everybody jumps ships and goes play that. But then keep in mind, if you choose Last of Us 2, you can no longer use what you did in the original, where, when The Walking Dead wasn't relevant yet and they couldn't rip that off. Now you can actually use that same reference again, and this time it's not voided because it's now out and, very popular and, basically a cult following everywhere. So like when Last of Us 2 comes out, remember, you can now use that reference because that's a valuable reference now. So unless they made it completely original again, which is very unlikely. But like, even with the God of War, they said that, The Last of Us drove like a lot of their inspiration between Atreus and Kratos. So it's like, that's basically where they got their inspiration from.
What got me a little twisted, and I hope they explain it in the story mode of God of War, is like, in part 1 and all that, he killed his family.
Yeah, he got a new one.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, how they go from a couple of years, then they got to show something how he met his wife or something like that. And it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I feel that the story better be good. This game better explain that, because I understand they revamped it, and this is what blew life into me on the PlayStation side of having their greatness, because at the end of the day, we all know since 2013, now they're saying it's about the games. But when we got the games in 2013, 14 and stuff like that, when we got the new IPs like Titanfall at the time, the media bashed that, brought it down. A lot of Sony fanboys. We had Quantum Break throughout the years. Those were new IPs. Sunset Overdrive. They didn't sell too much because, remember, when you're making new IPs, it's a risk that you are taking. Yeah. It's a big risk because these are something new. But when you got the media like Ryan McCaffrey and them, and they only talking about resolution, and they downplaying Xbox games, Metacritic and them giving it a low score, but anything that Sony comes out with, like Bloodborne or any other exclusives that they had around their time, they was giving them nice scores. They was talking about it because it was like 1080p at the time. It was resolution. You understand? And the sad thing about it is, like, a lot of the Xbox AAA games suffered from that. You know, it suffered from the bashing that it took. And people fail to realize that. God of War is a set franchise. It's going to sell. That's one of their biggest games that they
It's one of their
have.
iconic.
That's what people
It's
fail
one
to
of their
realize.
iconic, like, you know, their like headings
up,
that
Jay?
like will always sell. What's up, Jay?
What's going on, guys?
It will always sell. It's like one of those like those miracle stones that you put, you know, when you want, you know, when a miracle to happen, you just put that God of War, or you put that Halo, or you put that Gears, or you put any of those mainstream
Yes.
titles in front of people, and they will flock to it.
Yes,
And
they will.
it's nothing special. Like everybody's streaming like this. Oh, this is awesome. This is so awesome. This is so perfect. I'm like, it's not perfect though. It's like, you know, it's nice to have it back because we haven't seen one in, you know, a decent long time. But it's just like, it's God of War. I mean, it's Kratos. I mean, and a lot of people I heard were were upset with the camera angle. I'm like, everything has to evolve eventually. So
Yes.
like everything can't, you know, and that's one I will say for this game is they did find a way for it to evolve in such a way that it's, you know, it's not perfect, but at least it's, you know, it's acceptable, you know, and like the
I think it had to
diehard,
evolve, man.
yeah, everything has to actually evolve. And the thing is, like, a lot of the hardcore people that love God of War don't like this camera angle. I'm like, I don't have an issue with the camera angle. That's like the least thing I have an
Me
issue
either,
with.
man.
That's
I
the
don't
least
have
thing
an
I
issue
have an
with it
issue with. I
either.
don't have an
It
issue with the
looks
stupid
dope.
camera angle.
It makes it look
That's what
more.
the camera angle should have looked like. I like that camera angle.
Yeah,
All right, yeah, this you can make a clip out of this, but God of War has always been the weakest hack and slash. Let's be real. The only good thing about it was the boss fights, the story, the cinematics, but the actual hacking and slashing is way behind Devil May Cry and Ninja Gaiden, to me at least. So I think they had to. Like, the fact that you couldn't move the camera, that wouldn't have flied in 2018.
Yeah.
So I think they really had to, you know, come in and
this game,
change it.
like you have like the boss fights, they're, you know, you have the regular linear boss fights, and then you have the optional boss fights that you can go up and, you know, gain XP and gain, you know, resources and stuff like that. Like you can go off the beaten path to go, you know, find those kind of stuff.
I heard they fighting a lot of orcs.
Yeah,
or something like that. No, trolls.
yeah.
Trolls, I mean.
Trolls, yeah.
Same
Those trolls
over
look
and
hard,
over
especially
again.
with the Dark Souls like combat, you know, integrated. Oh my god, it's something
Yeah.
that's gonna die more than once.
Yeah, I heard it's like a different troll for every element, but it's just like a different color, but it's really the same thing. But that's what I heard.
Yeah, I
Again,
mean,
you can never say anything.
Guys.
and the fact that your health doesn't regenerate, which is going to make it harder to do that. It doesn't actually regenerate, so you have
Also,
to keep
oh,
picking
yeah.
up health stones. You have to keep picking up health stones to regenerate. So they kept that aspect of the OG God of War in there, where you had to keep opening chests to regen your health. Your health didn't regen
Yeah.
gradually.
Yeah,
That's a positive.
One thing that I found funny was K Mega. He was talking about like when Kratos was fighting a dragon, and he was expecting him to rip the dragon's tongue out, break his teeth in, crack him in half. But what he does is he bites the freaking roof of his mouth and throws a grenade at him. I'm
What?
like, okay.
Get the fuck out!
Yeah.
See my French.
Yeah,
Get out of
yeah.
here. Man. God of
Yeah.
War.
But yo, I'm
Kratos.
actually, this is the first God of War that has me excited. I'm gonna borrow this shit from my cousin when he beats it, because his ass still has my Zelda. So I'm like, yo, you better
Oh,
lend me
okay.
that God of War when you're fucking done. Because I lent him Zelda when I finished it, and he still hasn't given it back. But yeah, man, the game looks dope. I can't even lie. But what's the last 10 out of 10 game that you guys got hyped up for? Mine was Metal Gear, and we all know how that turned out.
I can't remember the last thing because like
Me either.
I don't think anything deserves a perfect score. Not even movies deserve perfect scores. Not even
Yeah.
movies deserve perfect scores. None of them and the ones that usually win perfect scores are the ones that you normally get into the Oscars. Or like that's how like good the movie actually is. But there's always something that people can I could do that myself.
Yeah.
There's
Freaking
always something that
Metal
you can,
Gear,
you know-
man.
Yeah, Metal Gear was
That was the
Metal
last
Gear was a
10.
bitch.
Yo, that was a fucking shit smoothie. That was a smoothie full of shit, bro. Like, when I got that game, man, I was so hyped for it. You could ask Ghost. And just the bitter taste that fucking game
Yeah.
left in my mouth after I beat it. Just like the frustrating nature of it. It was just so weak. I got 2 videos about it. Roasting
you
that
was-
game. There's an entire community that just roasts and banishes that game.
Man,
How does it get a 10 out of 10? Like, come on.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. Jay. One of them Metal Gears, man. I was excited. I'm like, yeah, it looks tough.
Oh, yeah, I know. what you're talking
Man,
about.
I beat one chapter. The game was over. I was so mad they robbed me for $30, son.
It was an hour-long escort
It was
mission, man.
Ground Zero, right?
I got
That
robbed.
was,
man. I
that was
felt
an
like they robbed
hour-long
me.
escort mission, guys, and that got a higher score than Sea of Thieves. No content? Are you serious? I don't believe that shit, bro.
Yo, you right, man. But I tell you this, guys. Like when you really look at it, God of War, everybody knows this game is gonna sell, and they revamped it, and it looks tough. But think about this: where this biasism come from the media? What I was trying to say, the madness that's been going on since 2013. They actually said Gears of War was too much A button, even though the game looked beautiful, gorgeous, and phenomenal. The game was the light textures, everything in that game was fire, but they bashed it and they gave it a low score, kinda. You understand? So it's like, why is it every time Microsoft's big? Because they gave it to us early. A lot of people fail to realize Sony's slogan is "greatness awaits." So while they were sparse for a while, their greatness is finally coming in, and people losing their cool because Microsoft already gave us our greatness. You got Halo 5. You got Gears of War 4.
Gears 4.
You have Forza. Yep. You got the Forza series.
Sunset Overdrive was great.
Sunset Overdrive was great, but
Killer Instinct.
we lost one of them. Actually, you know, they deaded it and they closed down that studio for Fable Legends or whatever.
That
so
game was
that
garbage
was
anyway.
another big kind of franchise that they had, and people fail to realize they gave us new IPs from there on, since the beginning. When Sony was actually backpedaling and pushing back their games to look like they had their exclusives. You understand? Because they were sparse for a while. If you go correctly on the date it was supposed to come out, they would have been sparse. Last year they got a lot of Japanese games to cover up and make it look like they had, the outstanding year. When we lost Quantum Break, because you know how you're getting tweeted on, and they tweet all the people, and that's what they do on Twitter is tweet and cry. A lot of these Xbox dudes, and it messed it up for Crackdown. You understand? So they pushed it back. So that's another exclusive we lost last year. Then also Platinum Games robbing Microsoft for $100 million with the IP of how you say it, Scalebound, and a lot of people fail to realize that.
And everybody's kind of mad that Scalebound got canceled. I'm like, you stole from Microsoft. Of course they're going to shut it down. Like, you steal.
How are you gonna make 5 games in the past 5 years and they keep delaying this one? Yeah.
They shut it down because they took the money from them. That's the whole reason why they shut it down. They there was like, you're gonna take money from us? Goodbye.
Yep. And the media and everything don't talk about it. They don't. They look at Ryan McCaffrey. He actually sent Phil Spencer and them a tweet. It's the same guy that said the PS4 when it was resolution and all that was the beast of a console. Now, why is it he never brought Yoshida-san and sat him down and said the X is a monster? The X is the truth. He never did that. You never noticed that. He never brought him over there. When we all know the Pro is like anemic. Let's be honest. It's not messing with the X, meaning in power. See, a lot of the Xbox community people out there, their heads is all messed up because, for one, they gave us the power. They listened to us. They gave us all kind of different exclusives. People are actually complaining about backwards compatibility on OG. I've seen a lot of people about that. A lot of people was actually asking for these games on OG Xbox, and now that Microsoft gives it, it's a problem. I don't understand that.
Well, I think now that Microsoft gives it to them, they want achievements. Is what they want.
I mean, yeah, I like that too. Understand that.
It's not, if a good game is a good game without achievements,
Exactly. And I remember at the time when Iron Wolf when we was all with each other at the time, he used to ask for these games, these backwards compatibility games from OG, and a lot of people, even the bigger YouTubers that was leading off the Xbox, that was saying that they was the head of Xbox community and all that. They even ask for backwards compatibility games. We get them now, and it's a problem. You want to see new games, but they fail to realize
they pay for their old games, man.
Yeah, I mean, and for the start of an OG backwards compatibility list, that's actually not that bad. Like, I remember playing Star Wars Commando when I was like in middle school. I remember that. That was like that's actually really old. So that's like, that was a really good game too. I enjoyed playing that Star Wars game. And the Star Wars Battlefront OGs and 1 and 2 were way better than the ones we have now, without, the microtransaction issue. And then, but I think only the older people will appreciate what these games are. I don't think the younger generation will appreciate them as much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree on that, and I actually watched the show. And thanks to J Lo.
That was a better show. I liked that better show. They did a better job there. I liked the I liked the Twitter pics. The Twitter pics was kind of funny. I like them.
Yeah, they did that, but to show you how these games looked, on how old it was for the years we in now, to changing it up and how pretty it looked. You understand?
Yeah.
That's the achievement that Microsoft. Yeah, it's crazy what Microsoft is doing, and not only that, to take games like Red Dead Redemption and put it in 4K, and when you see the graphics, have you checked it out yet?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Oh man, that game
I saw it on the stage. I already beat it, so I actually don't need to play it again. But like that was a good decision on their part, because the second one does come out in October, so that was a really smart move for them to do that. So it's like, have everybody who hasn't played it yet play it, so when the second one comes out, you understand it.
Oh man, look at what Microsoft's doing. Like a lot of our third-party games now, that's coming out. Look at Far Cry 5. It's out shining the pro. Yeah. Now everything's going on, even Digital Foundries. Yeah, oh man, I'm enjoying it now, man. I'm going after Faith right now.
Faith. Well, which order did you go in?
I killed John already. I killed John. All
right, sounds like you're going in the same order as me. Yeah, it's better to go John, Faith, then Jacob, and then you do Joseph C. There is 2 endings though. They say there's 2 endings. I did the ending that I felt was like fit the story best, and it legitimately was like it was like birds singing. It was so gorgeous.
Oh man, see, you got me hype. I'm going after her because she be popping up in the fields, man, singing and humming. And I be popping arrow shots at her, and she just disappeared. And a cougar or a bear or something. I just witnessed not a little while ago, guys, a Wolverine attack a hunter, climb on his body, tearing him up to pieces. I didn't want to shoot the guy, so I'm hesitant, like yo. And then they attacked me, and I used my bat, and they remind me because my bat got like nails in it and stuff. So I make believe like it was Lucille from The Walking Dead. So I'm like,
yeah.
And I went into the bathroom in a garage, and Wolverine was in there attacking me. I'm beating him with this bat. Bow, bow. He's attacking me. Bow. He ain't dying. I had to pull out the gat and gun him down, guys. Like, wow. I was beating him. My bat broke. I'm like, what the, you know? But, yo, that game all around, guys, is a dope. Yeah,
the story was really well done. I like I said, there's always that butt sequence. I wish they would have done more with the Montana like civilization concept, especially in the world that we live in now. I wish they would have done more with it, because it's like it would have been so interesting to see which part is more interesting in writing form. Is it Wolfenstein 2 when the Nazis take over America, or is it Montana like basically revolutionized by a cult? Like I would love to see which, if they had done it right, I would have loved to see the writing between it, but I think Ubisoft was like a little too hesitant on what they were going to write because they didn't want to be like whiplashed by it.
Yeah, but all around, man, that game is
great game.
And if y'all ain't got it, y'all need to cop it. Or if y'all gonna wait, that is a game to have y'all out there that's waiting on games to get. Since we, as time goes on, it's gonna get a little slow. And if this fits your agenda, up your alley, then cop it. You feel me? Like it is a good game. It's worth the $60. And I got it early, so I'm glad. Now I ain't gonna lie, Extinction. That game it's not worth $60, and I paid $60, and I got.
Oh, I paid $90. I got the gold edition.
Holy! I ain't gonna lie, Reaper. I feel like I got raped, man. I feel like I got raped.
Well, it's the same thing with God of War. I got the Mason edition, it was $150, and I got myself my own digital version, which was $64. So it was like an extra $200.
And guys, can we actually say this? A lot of Xbox guys is like multitasking gamers. Like we got the Wii U.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
We got PS4. We got an Xbox One. We got everything basically. Like I got if I want to play God of War, I got a PlayStation 4. I just go like this, guys, blow off the dust off of it, pop that bad boy in, and I'll play God of War. Like that's what's dope about a lot of Xbox dudes. For the ones that's crying and bitching about a game that they've been waiting on for years. Crying. That's stupid. Like, let it go. Like, it's a game that's on PlayStation that everybody knows was gonna come basically in short words, even though they just brought it bang out of nowhere to, you know, hype up the crowd. But it's worth it. That's their greatness. Like, look, it is what it is. You can't cry about it. Sony fanboys is gonna throw it in your face. We did it for years on them for like 3 years with Halo, Gears, Forza, when they were starving.
We knew it would eventually whiplash. We knew it doing that over and over again for years and years and years. It would eventually whiplash, and we would have to take it. So it's like, if you can dish it, please be able to take it, because otherwise you just don't look very, you know, respectable. But it was just kind of funny because it's like, like, why are you all complaining? I don't understand.
Yo, I don't understand. Jay, do you understand that? Like, come on.
Why are you complaining? I don't understand this. Like,
it's because
you have so many stuff to play.
Fanboys get to them, man. Fanboys are getting to them. Let's be real. These guys take it a little too serious. When they see fanboys throwing 10 out of 10, they're like, man, I want in on that action. I'm tired of losing. So they jump on the winning side.
People who cry, I can legit. I can link all these Xbox into a Frozen melody. Like, I can put them all on the Frozen on the like Let It Go concept. I can just put them all on like Let
It Go. Let it go.
Yeah, Jay.
What's up, bro?
What's up, Khalad?
What's up, bro?
Yo, man. Yo, Khalad, man. It's just like Xbox dudes is losing their mind because of a game, God of War, bro. Like, this is, come on. We laughing up here, Khalad, because it's crazy. Like, people jump and ship. I don't want an Xbox. I don't want a PlayStation 4. I'm gonna leave the Xbox because God of War. Like, come on, stop it, bro. Like, come on, man. It's a game that came out. Whoop-de-doo. Wham, bam. Thank you, man. When you get it, you're gonna have fun for the how many hours? 15 hours you play it or whatever. And that's that. You know, they saying it's the game of the year.
I'd say, yeah.
Like
15, 40
the game of the console generation. Like, come on, bro. Like, people losing their cool on this, man. Like, yo, I see it as it's a beautiful game. Sony got a nice, beautiful game. About time they got their greatness. We waiting to see how Last of Us 2 is. And that's about it. Like, they got their greatness now, even though they got a lot of, like my boy J-Long used to say, you know, they got some free, you know, Japanese games to hold them down last year. And who knows, guys? Like, the handouts, Jay, you know what's funny, Jay?
Come in the Xbox One.
Yeah. Like, and who knows, man? Look at, man, we got actually Hellblade came to Xbox. We got that No Man's Trash coming to Xbox. We got Crash Bandicoot coming to Xbox.
We got another Japanese game, Ys Origins.
Ys Origins, look at that.
You got the Purple Dragon coming to the Xbox.
Spyro the Dragon, right? I think. Or what was it?
Well, yo, guys, check this out real quick, though. I just jumped in to see what was going on, but I'm going to go back to playing games. For the fanboys out there, well, I guess if you don't got nothing to play, get a PS4. If you got something to play like me, go play a game. I'm out, yo. Peace.
Yo, peace, Khalad. Shit. Yo, man, but what's crazy is, like, all this hypocrisy and fanboy stuff going crazy on Twitter and all this, and people sending Phil, like, they coming at Phil kind of.
I mean, I don't really agree with what Phil did, but, like, you know, he's a businessman. You're supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do it openly like that. Like, maybe send them like a tiny email saying congratulations, Sony. Don't put it out to the public, because you put it out to the public, people are gonna put that on you. Like, you know, send them a silent email or something like that congratulates them on their success. Don't openly publicize it, because if you openly publicize it, we're going to be like, well, Phil, we don't really necessarily know where your loyalties lie. Are you a double agent? I've seen videos like that today. Like, Phil's a double agent. I'm like, no, not seriously. Come on.
You know what's crazy, though? Why are they bashing Phil when Phil and Microsoft been doing this since, like, the beginning? Like this is nothing new. This is nothing new. That's all. Like, what is
that? The dude doesn't have a competitive bone in his body. He doesn't believe in the console war bullcrap. He doesn't believe in any of that. He wants everybody to sing Kumbaya and, you know, have, you know, sing Tales by the Campfire and, you know, all that kind of fun jazz on Xbox. And, you know, it's just like, that's a nice dream to have. It's just like, that's not the way the world works. I wish, like, someone would tell me.
I understand that.
That's not the way the world works. Everybody wants to, like, attack each other and basically want to, like, you know, create Mortal Kombat within a community. And, you know, Phil's trying to be that person that basically says, no, peace. And I'm like, no, this peace bull crap isn't working, and you got to stop doing it.
I understand
it's like, it's digging you further down, and it's just like you're not going to be able to dig back up if you keep going all the way down. Now, is he making money for Microsoft? Yes.
Yes, he is.
Is he actually doing his job? Yes. Is he doing it in the way that we want him to? No. But
I understand.
That's not his job. His job is to make money. His job is to sell the product and create profit. That's exactly what he's doing. Lay off him.
I see it as, I understand why they did get mad, because he's congratulating the competition, which a lot of people say that filming them they don't consider Sony as competition. But in the gaming wise, Sony is competition, because Nintendo's out there too, even though Nintendo's the grandfather of gaming basically. So a lot of people give them passes, especially on cartoony type games, but they don't complain about Nintendo's. But they say we got a lot of cartoony games, but a lot of our exclusive games hold weight and hold
it's
value.
All variety, man.
Yep, it's a lot of variety on the Xbox side, and PlayStation got their variety, but they go with more single story games. You understand? And I understand
what
a lot
Xbox
of people
games
want
are you guys buying this year versus what PlayStation games you buying this year?
Well,
with you,
the only PlayStation game that I'm buying this year is, I think, God of War. I might buy Detroit Become Human, and then if I don't buy Detroit Become Human, everything else goes on Xbox. So that includes Vampire in June. That includes...
That's what I want. Vampire.
That includes Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm copping that.
Battlefield 2018. That
I'm
includes
copping that.
Black Ops 4. That includes...
I'm copping that.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I cannot wait. That's gonna be one of those. I can't wait for that. And if anybody wants a better looking game, I say Shadow of the Tomb Raider is that better looking game.
Yeah, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is gonna look bad. You know that they're gonna. Ooh, I can't wait to see that on X.
I'm sorry, it's a multiplayer. I understand that, but it's just like compared to what Rise of the Tomb Raider did with the X, compared to now, yeah, like it's gonna crush you. Possibly Borderlands 3, because that's supposed to be revealed in June, and I think possibly Titanfall 3 if they actually release it, and then everything else comes out in 2019.
You know what's crazy though, and I wanted to say this, like a lot of exclusives, I think they should bring them out like in June and July.
Yeah,
because
the early quarter of the year requires more games, because like you have to get through the summer, and basically summer is when everybody doesn't go to school, everybody has a lot of time off, and a lot of people can spend gets a lot of money over their summer jobs, and they can spend their money and their time wisely on their systems. Whereas if you put everything out in the end of the year, September through December, like a lot of people go back to school, everybody goes back to college, everybody has other responsibilities to take care of, and they can't spend as much time except during Christmas holiday. And during Christmas holiday, everybody is rather busy, and everybody's rather doing other things. So like summertime, you need like at least 1 or 2 titles, because the last time they did that was when they released Elder Scrolls Online in like June or July.
That sold well.
That was the last time they did that. And Vampire looks really good, and that comes out in June. I actually can't wait to play that. That's actually one of them.
We need Crackdown 3 in June, man, or July.
And I tell you,
that cannot be in September or November, bro.
Oh man, you don't want to go up against the Titans. That's what I'm saying. When you go against the Titans, meaning the shooters and all that, when they really hitting, that's what everybody's waiting for. The shooters, like the Call of Duties, the Battlefields, Titanfall, when they come out, all these big. It's like, you putting out an exclusive with them. It's like you asking to get shot down, because some realness, man. They gonna go for the shooters. Everybody's gonna go for the next big thing, and that's when all those shooters come out. If you notice throughout the years, that's when they come out and they sell. You cannot put an exclusive out there to try to bang out with these big third party.
Yeah. And like the third party deals that they have, planned for this year are actually really, really well chosen. It's not like they're not really well chosen. I still would have chosen the Black Ops 4, but that's just me.
Let me tell you something. This is where I say
Sony probably has a contract.
What?
Yeah, they do. That's why I'm like that I would have broken that contract and basically bought it back. But that's just me. I know Phil don't like COD, so that's fine. But that's what I would have honestly done.
Listen, he should have never went. And Phil, I'm being honest. Like if he let go Red Dead Redemption 2, that was the biggest mistake. When you let go Call of Duty, that was a big mistake, because when you get the DLC maps first, that's what everybody want to play.
Yeah,
everybody want to play the new COD, the better, the way it looks better, meaning the graphics or whatever, but they definitely like the DLC to it, meaning the new maps. Everybody's thirsty for that. So when we lost that, I knew Sony had the upper hand. They've been waiting for like 9 to 10 years for that. When Microsoft slipped up and Sony snatched that, that messed the game up. Red Dead Redemption right now, they got the DLC, I think, to that. But see, that's a big game.
Phil doesn't believe in, like, for, you know, the exclusivity concepts. He doesn't like that. Like, he absolutely hates that. He doesn't support that whatsoever. It's good for business, but it's not, you know, in Phil's eyes, he doesn't think they should exist.
But that's another thing that makes your console more popular, in the sense that it makes people want to gravitate to that console. Yeah. Meaning, like, the hardcores that love that type of game, that play that 24/7, are gonna gravitate to it. Like, look, a lot of people play Madden. Microsoft got that. That was beautiful. You understand? But look, there's no baseball game out there. So if you really a diehard baseball fan,
you gotta get a PlayStation.
You gotta get a PlayStation, and you playing MLB The Show. That baseball game is dope. There's no other competition for that. So every year they can bring out a baseball game, and it's gonna sell for them. You understand?
It's been that way for well over a decade.
Yeah, because there's no competition. Yeah. So Microsoft did some things right, but I think they missed shot on their DLC games, like third-party games. When you look, Destiny, Sony snatched that up. They let that go. That would have been great.
Oh, Destiny's kind of dead, so I don't think that was a bad choice.
PlayStation dudes, that's like, oh man, we finally got our Halo, when it's nothing compared to Halo, but it was Bungie. You understand? So that was a big hit on Microsoft too, when they got that. Going back in the years and seeing what they have done, like how Sony played their cards right with making customized consoles. Their customized consoles, no matter if we say was bull, it sold. Yeah. And that's what made them, compared to a regular black console with the Xbox, you know, nothing on it. It took them a while for them to start with the S and bringing out different colors. But look now, you bring out a game like Sea of Thieves. You should have put that Sea of Thieves as a special edition, limited edition. Killed it on how it looks. Look at what Sony's doing. Gave a God of War one, even though a lot of people say it look like trash, but it's going to gravitate people to what? Buy that console. There's a lot more variety on their consoles. Yeah, and buy the game. And look, $130. Me and my wife was looking at it. You get the steel case. You get a statue of Kratos, his son with him. You get these little.
Yeah, I got that one. Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah, that's the one I was gonna get. I was gonna go out and get the statue and all that, but I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Then I just might not do that. But in all reality, Sony's making a lot of the right moves, and Microsoft is not. And that's why you see a lot of this going on, where people's like, yo, and jump shipping and bugging out, thinking that Microsoft is not trying to give us the games and stuff. Yes, Phil and them showed last year like 42 games. 42. While Sony showed nothing but games they already knew about. And if you go further back in the years, I remember the media bashing Microsoft for showing games too early. They were showing games far out, and they said, why are you showing games far out? And bang, Microsoft, Phil Spencer came the following year like, yo, listen, on E3, you know, we're going to show you games this year out. You're going to get games this year, and like a year later, you'll get those games. You understand? Now, the things change, the narrative changed, and it's like, you got to show games far out. And Sony dudes is changing it with at least we know what's coming. And the media running with it. Now, Phil Spencer and them got to show games far out. When they already gave us our big exclusives, new exclusives, AAA ones like Quantum Break and them, they got shot down because of the media, about the resolution. But now that we got the X, it's not about power no more. It's about games. And that Microsoft showed a lot of games, man, already, and gave us AAA games and AA games and indie games. Because back then it was talked about indies. These dudes was putting up games against Halo and all that, indie games. You know what I mean? Like, no.
I mean, he technically didn't lie. He said he was going to give you games. He just didn't tell you what type of games. He technically did not lie.
Yeah, and
he just tricked you.
He straight gave the games, and this is what people fail to realize. Now we already got the greatness. Now it's time for Microsoft to show us stuff different. You understand? Like stuff new, what they bring into the table to keep their, how you say it, hardcore gamers, casual gamers. You know, they reaching out. Like everybody talk about Zoo Typhoon, whatever. Those are type of games for like females that not really hardcore female gamers, but casual female gamers, little kids. The Ori and the Blind Forest is nice. Those are catchy little games. They're Super Lucky Tales. That's for the young generations.
Yeah, the youth.
Playing on the youth. Yeah. So to downplay those games and look at Nintendo, they got a lot of games like Mario and all this look childish, but they sell to the youth. The youth is grabbing that. Little kids is knowing who Mario is, Yoshi, Luigi. Oh, look at this guy, Zelda. You know, they're playing games. And then you got the grown-ups that love those games. The diehards that really love Mario. They grew up with it, which I grew up with Mario, but that's not my cup of tea no more. It died a long time ago. You understand? Like, I'm not into Nintendo for that type of style of game. You understand? Or Mario Kart. It is fun to play with when you...
Mario died on the N64 for me, so I'm good.
That's what I'm saying. It's not my cup of tea, but yes, Nintendo got a lot of exclusives that you won't find on really Xbox and PlayStation like that. You understand?
Y'all shitting on Mario, bro. It's not cool.
Yeah, Jay, what you think about that, Jay? Like Microsoft, you know, catering to a lot of different style of gamers.
All you're bringing up is just variety, man. What was all this talk about variety years ago? But like now, like we got Zoo Tycoon, which no one ever brings up until now, until they're trying to make a case about cartoon games. But when we had that years ago, we didn't compare that to Knack when we should have, for some reason. That's a game I don't even own, but like it's a different type of game. I was watching that show Atlanta with Donald Glover, and there's a part where the dude's playing fucking Zoo Tycoon, and he's like, "Oh shit, playing." I'm like, what? Like, and he was playing as a little monkey. It looked pretty fun. It's on Game Pass, I think, so I'm gonna actually try it.
Yeah, I see it like this, man. Look, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna bring it back, Jay. Remember when they had a little roller coaster game?
Oh, Scream Ride.
Scream Ride. And Crack gave a link to that game.
I haven't played it. I heard it's fun, but it looks trash.
Yeah, like, but look at the type of games they was giving out. Like, they trying to touch up everything, but Microsoft could do no good. Everything's wrong. And Microsoft is not
variety.
Yeah, like the variety of games they have given is dope. Now for the hardcore gamers, you got your Halos, your Gears. You know what I mean? Like, look, Fortnite is a cool game, but they playing it on PlayStation.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't understand that. My cousins and them, some of them on PlayStation.
Guys, this is what makes me cringe. They're like, oh, Microsoft doesn't have any realistic or single player games. Okay, well, PlayStation doesn't have any co-op campaigns, and they don't have any PvP. Then they'll go, oh, we have multiplats for that. Well, we have multiplats for single-player games, and we have multiplats for realistic games. Oh, it's not the same. Like they don't realize how stupid. They don't realize how stupid their logic is until you use it against them. This has happened many times. Like this guy told me that, Crackdown, none of those games count because they're not done by first-party studios. I'm like, well, Spider-Man and Detroit aren't first party. Oh, but I don't know.
Yo, good. Yo, Jay, that was fire. Good comeback on that.
Yo, because I've just been using their logic against them, and they've been freaking, fumbling. They've been dropping the ball after that. Like, they don't recover, and they disappear, or they start calling you names. But, that's an easy way to kill a pony right there.
Yeah, man. Like, it just bugs me out that a lot of Xbox dudes is like, yo, they gone. They leaving the Xbox for God of War. One game. Wow. One game.
When they beat God of War, they'll be crawling right back up Phil Spencer's ass, bro.
Yo, and the thing is,
playing on multi-platform.
When Phil been listening to what Microsoft, basically the team, been listening to what you, me, everybody that writes them, people asking for. It's not like they giving it to us like Sony. Sony gives you what they want to give you. It's not the people that they listening to. They listening to us, getting their feedback from us. But though people bash them, no, Phil's only going off of what we want, what the people are asking for.
People were asking for Crackdown 3. People were making fun of that. People were asking for State of Decay 2.
Yep.
No one was asking for Detroit.
No one asked for
Detroit.
Knack 2. Knack 2. Nobody asked for that. Let's just keep it real. Like, fuck, like Next Gen was saying, take the biggest knife in the drawer and cut the bullshit out. Let's be honest here. Like, he says spade of a spade. Now, let's be honest. You cannot say if we go down the line and put our exclusives versus their exclusives, what they had remasters. That's what people fail to realize. The PlayStation 5 that's coming out, that, you know, are they going to remaster The Last of Us 2 to make it look like they got exclusives like they did in the beginning of this generation? Are they going to remaster God of War? Like, let's be honest. Like sell that PlayStation 5. What games are they going to have? No one knows yet. But I hope and pray that we ain't going to get no damn remasters, because that's bull. And that's what happened this generation. When they were so sparse, they remastered games, and these are the games that they threw at us. Last of Us, which that was a remaster for PlayStation 3. God of War, remastered. You understand? Nathan Drake's.
Yeah.
All three Nathan Drakes that they had before they even got Nathan Drake, you know, Uncharted 4. Like, while we was getting nothing but dope games, yeah, they had Bloodborne, they had Drive Dud, which closed down, and how long it took them to get that game when they seen that Forza, one of the Forza.
They never gave the free version out, man.
They never did. They dick their company. They dick their fan base. But nobody fails to realize that. Like, Sony dudes do not complain about this. They hide it they sweep it into the closet or under the rug, and that's about it. Nobody bitches about this, but it's only Xbox dudes. They act like prima donnas and complain about this. I can't.
Why don't they want co-op campaigns, bro? Like, Gears of War had co-op since 06, Halo 01. Why? Look, we got 2 characters in God of War. Why can't you have somebody hold the second controller and go scour for items while you're fighting beasts or helping you out? Oh, shoot him in the head. I'm about to hit him in the back or some shit. That would have been a cool little addition. And Spider-Man, they're showing the new black Puerto Rican Spider-Man, Miles Morales, in it. Imagine having 2 Spider-Men swinging in the street at once, fighting crime together. Why don't they do that? That is something. I'm looking at it. I was looking at the combat. It's like, all right, it's like Web of Shadows with the air combos and Amazing Spider-Man 2 with the Arkham style combos. And I saw some cool new gadgets, but I'm just like, they could have gone even further with that co-op. That's something no other Spider-Man game has ever done, and that would have been fired.
Yo, can I share something with you guys?
Go ahead.
What's going on?
All right, watch this.
What? I know you ain't just show that. Playing God of War will make you a better dad? Are they serious? Like these are video games. How can a video game make you a better dad? And this what? That is crazy. So basically, you are saying that God of War is gonna make you a better dad, and he's killing things in front of his son. He's going crazy. Like. Oh my Lord! Like that is I can't. I don't understand it. Please explain that. They snatched J-Lo from the crowd. They got J-Lo came back. J-Lo, did you just see that, Jay? Did you just see that? God of War makes you a better dad playing it. What? Come on, man.
I mean, the game does have daddy issues, and then this other dude was like, "Yo, Gears of War 4 had daddy issues." I'm like, "No, that had grandma issues. That's what that had."
What?
That had grandma issues. That didn't have daddy issues. That had grandma issues.
Yo, like, I don't understand it. How does a game make you a better father? Please tell me that. Anybody that watches this video, down in the comment section, there's a Sony dude or an Xbox dude that want to be a Sony dude that's going to draft himself over there or trade himself. Please let me know, how does God of War playing it makes you a better dad? I can't comprehend that. Please help me out here, or us right here, please.
I'm stunned. That was the first time I've seen that. I was like, what the hell is that?
It's because you help your son over a rock. Wow. Better father.
Wow.
How do you gotta relate to a guy fighting dragons?
Yo.
How do you gotta relate to a guy fighting dragons?
No, I got one. You teach him how to deal with trolls.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, that's a good one. I like that, T. That's a good one. Teach him. Yo, Jay, that's a good one, bro.
That is crazy.
Teach you how to handle trolls. Definitely trolls on the comment sections, man, and on Twitter, because it's ridiculous. They need to hold an L for that one. Please, or anybody, Sony YouTube out there, please tell me how God of War makes you a better dad, man, please. And I don't want to hear the bull talking about, oh, you can play with your son. I don't want to hear that. Meaning your son, like I'll pass him the controller, yeah, son, and we play the game together. No, like please.
Well, you know what, man? Halo makes me a better shooter, bro. I can shoot a real gun now after playing Halo.
Facts, yes, facts.
I could do COD makes me a better sniper. I could do 360 no scopes in real life.
You're
right, man. I should join the army.
Battlefield makes me a way better shooter, man, because it got bullet drops.
Oh, I could drive a plane now. I play Battlefield, bro. I could drive a plane now.
Oh my god! Oh, I could drive a tank. Oh my god. Yo, Jay, that is hilarious, bro. Yo, T, you crazy, man. That was a good one, bro. Man, you just blew my mind with that one.
Youngsters need to learn how to deal with trolls. Go play God of War.
Yeah, that's classy. That is classy.
That is classy, man. That is hilarious, bro. It makes you a better dad. I can't believe this. But that's what Sony's pushing, and these guys, man, playing God of War, like Yoshida himself said, playing games in 1080p and resolution makes you a better gamer.
Yo, Outcast
did you notice how they changed their slogan from Greatness Awaits to something else?
Yeah.
What is the new slogan now?
I forgot what it was.
Greatness is here?
I'm not sure.
Greatness is here.
Probably.
Greatness finally is here.
Did you notice that on the PlayStation on trailers though? Like when they show a PlayStation trailer on TV, they changed the slogan. It's no longer "Greatness Awaits." It's something else. They changed it up. They
have multiple.
They changed their slogans. I was like, what? No longer "Greatness Awaits" just because God of War is here.
I'm telling you, boy. I tell you to shoot. He's getting aggressive, man. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, the game is gonna be hot, but you know it's gonna have its flaws. I can't wait to expose them. But to have a game go 10 for 10, that game better be great. Story mode dope. I mean, everything. I better not see no lags. I better not see more than one of the same kind of type creature over and over. Like, it is what it is. And I wanted to ask you a question, guys. Hellblade, right? When it dropped, was it on hardcover and digital?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
It was straight digital.
I already had it for PlayStation, so I wasn't gonna buy it again.
Yeah, was it on digital? Like, it was only digital sales?
Yeah, only digital, I think. Yeah.
Oh, was they selling the digital copies in like GameStop and stuff like that?
That's possible because Cuphead, you could buy the code at GameStop.
Because I just wanted to say, because if that's true, man, I tried to get it on GameStop. I went to Best Buys and stuff, and they said they didn't even have the code for that. There wasn't even nothing on bringing that game out on GameStop. And I asked them, and they specifically told me they looked at their computer, typed it in, and said no, they don't got no date on that when that game's coming out. And look, we copped it on the Xbox, so that's kind of a little fishy right there, because you can use sales on GameStop. You understand? Because a lot of people go to GameStop to buy games.
True. Yeah. I like GameStop. For certain things.
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, this is kind of a... do you guys have any friends that live in the UK?
I think I do, maybe. I think...
Right. Whatever you do, do not try to game gift them anything or send them Microsoft Cash. It's region locked.
Oh, I tried that shit too, man.
Yeah, that stuff is region locked. I legitimately had to send my UK buddy PayPal money to get him a game. It was actually really annoying, and he still hasn't gotten the money yet. I'm like really pissed. Like I didn't even know the thing was region. I didn't even know the thing was region locked. I didn't even know that until I found out the hard way. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, I freaking gift my friend $5 of Microsoft points. He said, "Oh, it doesn't work," or whatever. So then I had to gift him $5 in PayPal or some shit. It was some weird ass computer process.
And if you live in the UK, it costs you more US money.
Yeah. Definitely,
it
does. So what do you think, man, about Ryan McCaffrey, man? Just saying that it takes Microsoft like basically time, to like pull exclusives like what Sony did. but he fails to realize that God of War was already a big franchise. You understand? Like everybody knows.
Well, God of War took 5 years to make, man. Phil Spencer hasn't even been in the office for 5 years, so I don't know how you expect a God of War type game in 6 months, like these dudes.
Yeah, that bugs me out with him just coming out the woodworks with that, and that's what bugged me out. If I was Phil Spencer, man, he needs to like shut them down. Like shut them down, bro. Like he did to Digital Foundries with X. Cause this is the same man that we was getting bashed on for our underpowered system through Digital Foundry, giving it to PlayStation 4 for 3 strands of grass, and always downplaying the Xbox. And he actually took him over there, showed him the X, and still people was complaining, saying no way. And he blew Digital Foundry's mind when they got their hands on the X, and people still wasn't listening. And now we seeing the power on it. We seeing the difference on the Pro and the X. So I believe that Phil is gonna give us games, man, and I feel that they want a lot of mocap games and stuff like that. And I feel Microsoft is gonna do that, and I feel Phil Spencer got a lot up his sleeves. They've been very quiet. Hopefully, you know how it is, guys. A lot of Microsoft things get leaked, and Sony things don't. So when they get leaked, when you see that E3, you got people going, but we already knew about that. There wasn't nothing else. Oh, look at Sony.
Funny because Spider-Man was leaked. I knew about that shit 2 years before it was at E3. That they got a Spider-Man exclusive.
And that's another thing.
People forget. People forget, I don't.
Exactly. See, that the whole thing changes. We ain't talking about 2 years ago. We ain't talking about 3 years ago. That's when Xbox had their greatness. Why you can't talk about that? But it was resolution at the time. Think about it. We had games, but now when it's the shoe on the other foot now. Now that we got the power, they finally getting their games. So now they want to talk about games because we got the power. So it's like, whoa, pick and choose your poison. Like, what are we talking about here? Is it the third-party games? Is it the exclusives? Or is it the Japanese games you're bringing in? Because y'all ain't talking about indies no more. Y'all could care less. Sony booted the indies, really.
We had the better indies, that's why.
Yeah. Look at that. And it's been like this for a while, and people fail to realize this. You can't forget about your past. We suffered through the past. We got grenades in the trenches with these Sony fanboys on comment sections coming at us with indies, a car game that was trash, basically in short words, like I remember them saying, wait till Gran Turismo come out. Wait till Gran Turismo come out. It's going to blow Forza out the water. Wow. That didn't happen. Those Sony YouTubers know who they are. Because they said it. But it is like it is. Like, they know who I'm talking to on the low. They know, like, y'all the ones that was talking about Dry Dud before. But you know what I hate, guys, the most? When these new Sony YouTubers come out and they go, nah, man, I wasn't here for none of that. I'm talking about now. No, get the fuck out of here. Once you got into this, you are in that same shit, basically. You trying to debunk what was the past that we have good. You understand? Our exclusive and everything out the way because you got games now. So it makes it look like we were sparse. You understand? Nah, we going through everything. You fall into a Sony category, you got to go through the whole catalog from 2013 to now because it's still the same generation, no matter if a year go by. So we ain't talking about the 360. We ain't talking about the PS3. We talking about the Xbox One, the S, and the X. You got the Pro, you got your Slim, and you got the PS4.
Call of Duty makes you a better soldier.
Oh man, I tell you that, boy. You ain't know.
It makes you a better pilot, bro. Forza, I could beat freaking.
Ebot, I like your tweet.
Yeah, I had to because they trying to indirectly mention me. So,
oh my God.
Oh, really? I don't know any about that. I would have actually.
They love you.
I could dunk on LeBron now because I play 2K, right?
I failed to see what this reply to me and Dorian is about. I failed to see this.
Yo, Jay,
unless he's pointing out we all play YouTube and Netflix or something like that.
Yo, you ain't know Jay? I'm not tall like that, bro.
But I'm a basketball player.
Oh yeah, trust me, man. I got old school sneakers at the time. The fastest they came is the fastest they died. I got the new air pumps. Now I can dunk. Get out of here.
If you play Hellblade, it's gonna make you
now.
on people with mental issues.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm a doctor now. I have to play out, but I'm a psychologist now.
I gotta play. I'm gonna stream that game today. I was waiting. I wanted to play it yesterday, but I said let me go up to today. So it's gaming for me today. I gotta beat that game. It's only 7 hours, I heard, so I know I could put it in today and finish it today by streaming.
It's 7 hours. You know what you're doing, because you have to walk around a lot and look for shit, right? And might find your way around. I'm playing it right now.
If you know how to do, you can beat it in less than 7 hours.
I think that's how you beat it in 7 hours and 6 hours. But there's too much shit.
If you speed run,
it has no sense of direction. Remember, it doesn't tell you how the combat works. Doesn't tell you where to go.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a map. Doesn't have a HUD. Nothing. So it's basically trial and error. So when all those people are like, "Oh yeah, you can just beat it," that's because they played it and then they go back and play it when they already know the game. You know what I mean?
Yo, did you just you're no chill, T Reaper. No chill, T Reaper. I saw what you just put 6 minutes ago.
About, did you ask your mom? Why didn't you ask your mom? That was your dad. That was your dad.
That wasn't my tweet. That was Ebot's tweet. That wasn't mine.
Yo, man, I see a lot of you guys, man. They harassing y'all, man, on Twitter. Like, this is retarded. I keep getting pulled into stuff.
The dude goes, PlayStation has Aloy, and then Xbox got he and she bot. He and /she bot. He's throwing it indirect to me. Motherfucker think I don't know. Fuck out of here.
Interesting.
Motherfuckers talking about he and she, and they're the ones acting like they like men. Stalking. This motherfucker was on the feed since 6 days ago. That wolf motherfucker with the Okami fucking thing. Trying to look like Okami Kratos. Nigga think the motherfuckers don't know games. Fuck out of here. You know how it is, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, how do I sound retarded?
Yeah,
you sound retarded. Yeah.
Not retarded, but your mic is kind of.
Yeah, you sound like you're in the McDonald's drive-thru, but you can understand what you're saying.
I sound like a McDonald's drive-thru?
Yeah.
I love it.
Let me get a 20-piece, a large soda, and some fries.
Please take, because if you play PlayStation games, it makes you a better everything.
Oh man.
Wait. He sounds like he's talking in a PlayStation party chat. That's what he sounds like.
Oh.
It's PlayStation party chat day. I'm celebrating.
But it's coming out through both ears this time, unlike the PlayStation mics.
Nice. Unless you buy a dedicated fucking mic.
Yep.
Yo, Hebot, so what you think, man, with Ryan McCaffrey and what's going on with the community, man? Like, because we've been talking about this, and it's hilarious to us.
The tweet did?
Yeah, the tweet.
Yep.
You know, like, all these people tweeting Phil. Like, leave Phil alone, bro. He ain't worried about that, man. Stop crying.
That's a good point, because, first of all, they say that we're fucking, like, we got no lies, that all we do is be on party chats 24/7 and doing podcasts, while these motherfuckers be on Twitter fucking harassing the damn employers, bro. Like, what the fuck? You want to preach, preach to a choir when y'all niggas, what y'all do is some real mental issue shit. No, man, I see that. I'm actually surprised that Ryan McCaffrey put up that tweet, because I think he meant well by it. He was just trying to say, listen, Sony finally, after all these years, it took them 10 years to start getting critically acclaimed games like Last of Us, and mainly those games are getting critically acclaimed because of the stories. It's not even gameplay. It's just because they have emotional stories that are convicted and that people can relate with, and things of that nature, which is understandable. It's cool. They got decent writing, even though some of them have inconsistencies and are far-fetched, because basically what they're telling you is you can have a replacement for your real-life dead daughter with a girl you just met that you don't even know, and in 8 months of knowing her, she's your daughter, and you're willing to sacrifice to humanity for the next 20 years and not listen to what can help everybody, but just so you can have a selfish 20 minutes or 1 year or whatever.
Yeah, your mic.
You can hear me now? Tell me.
Now we can hear you.
Talk slower. Just talk a little slower.
Basically, what they're saying is,
there you go.
their stories have inconsistencies, or or they're doing things that are kind of like far fetched, because they're saying things like, basically what they're saying is that this man in The Last of Us replaces his dead daughter with a really a teenager that he doesn't know, right? That he has, I think, a year or two in the experience, or whatever timeline it takes. Exactly, right? Because I don't remember how long it really takes. I forgot. Let's say about a year or whatever. And he knows that she is the only answer to save humanity, right? Find the cure. So instead, he lies to her and sacrifices all of humanity so he can have whatever years are left in the world or in the land with this epidemic, so that he can think that she's his daughter. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well,
something that is very unrealistic as a parent. You're not just gonna adapt and have appreciation for another child and think of it in your mind like, oh, that's my daughter. You see that she's a teenager. He didn't raise her. Once she's a teenager, she's set in her own ways. She's gonna be defiant. She's not gonna be listening. She's gonna look at you like stupid. Even a parent knows this, because you go through these things with your own children in real life. They're actually your bloodline, that they don't listen. They think they know everything. Once they get a certain age, they think they're adults and act like you're stupid. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, that story is so far-fetched and kind of stupid and dumb in many ways, even though, it's well acted by the actors that did the mocapping and things like that. But that's why I said it's kind of like, it's a video game, I get it, but at the same time, it's kind of insulting your intelligence if you really think about it, especially those that are parents in real life that can actually really comprehend and really connect with what's going on. You know what I mean?
I see it like this, Ebot. There's no way that you just meet somebody and that person replaces your daughter, for one. That's where they fucked up at. Now, what I'm saying is this. Now, I understand you can get to love a person if you out there, and let's just say it was chaos out here, and let's just say a big virus or like a zombie thing broke out. If that was to happen, like people just getting affected and they running wild crazy. Now you can get to love somebody as much as you know that person every day of your life, going a whole year, 2 years. You start caring about that person. I understand that. You understand? But when you're saying to take your daughter's place and it's a teenager, no, that's got nothing to do with it. Like,
plus it takes time. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah, you can.
Being that they're in a tragic situation, their concentration is more focused on surviving, living, trying to live, right?
Yes.
Trying to survive. And the whole reason they're trying to survive is why? They're trying to find a cure to save humanity and save themselves, right? Or mainly save themselves first, which will, hopefully will lead up to saving humanity. He finds out that she's the cure. She knows she's the cure. She tells him, I want to do this. I want to help if I'm the solution. There's no one saying that she's going to die. And yet he goes and kills the only doctor known at that time to be able to find the cure using Ellie, right? And then he lies to her that he didn't, after she told him, don't get involved, let me do it. He lies to her after he does this because she was unconscious, takes her, and she wakes up, oh yeah, he straight up lies to her, right? If it didn't matter to save humanity, that the only thing that mattered was him to be able to spend whatever years they had left in the world before everybody dies with this girl. You see what I'm saying? Like, fuck everybody else in the world. I just want to be selfish and think about me with this girl.
Yo, Chris.
Daughter.
See, there's an actual video on YouTube that's like 30 minutes long that says how The Last of Us changed my life.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
That's
actually a really good video.
What? Like, these are
The Last of Us changed my life.
Right.
I'm not saying nothing, but I feel like there's a lot of crack. I don't even want to say nothing, but those are people that I feel I feel that those are people that's just not all wrapped too tight in the head. How can a video game like change your life or make you? No, it's no way. Like, I feel like
Xbox has changed my life.
Yeah.
I'm 28.
I feel like in the sense of playing video games, look, we get to talk with each other. We're doing a podcast now. We get to meet each other with game. Yeah, you can interact with people. You understand? But for you guys, yeah.
Ghost, what I was trying to add to what you're trying to say before I forget.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, first of all.
Don't worry about it, bro.
It changed your life in the sense that you could establish new friendships with people. Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what you say, yep.
And in some cases, it could even introduce you to someone that you might end up hooking up with and loving later on.
Yes.
Because supposedly this guy named Dark Lord Alu that we know, named Kobe something, that's how he met his wife. And that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, but he's just one out of millions that play. You know, one case out of millions. But I can definitely attest that it changed lives for people when they're younger, because I've seen it myself firsthand. From staying out of trouble, getting into gangbanging, stealing, just staying home and not being outside doing reckless things. In that sense, yes, it could change your life. But an actual story that's fictitious, that's like, you watch a movie, that movie changed my life. You know what I mean? It's kind of far-fetched unless these people have been under a rock and secluded in a bubble for many years and they've never seen anything else but that. And that's why now they look at that like a holy grail. Then I guess that's different. I guess that's possible, but it kind of sounds, silly and unrealistic when somebody says something like that and makes a 30-minute video about it. I'm pretty sure he gets in depth and explains why, or whatever it was, but it's just a video game. So, so that basically what he's saying is that all those, basically what he's saying is the reverse of what they've been saying all this time, that if you play violent video games, it's going to make you a killer. Right? If you look at it that way. So that's what he's going to tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So it works for one way, but it's not going to work for the other. So basically, the hypocrisy is something you have to preach on yourself, because how are you going to say it could change your life by making you a better parent or making you appreciate life more, whatever, because of the story, but then it's not possible for it to make you a mass, cold-hearted, blooded killer. Because
wow, you raised a great point, fucking Hebot. Wow.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Wow. That is a great point, man.
What the fuck? That for me, it's like, it don't make, it sounds too absurd, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But still, if you want to get technical, we can get technical. I love getting technical. It's my MO. So,
oh, man. That's some crazy shit, Hebot.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, it works for one way, it works for the geese, it should work for the gander, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
No.
It needs up those stuff now because the option's there.
Yeah.
So, and again, I'm not trying to make a mockery of whoever did that video. Maybe he has a legitimate reason why it changed it, but again, maybe that was because that was his only form of media or anything that had some type of dramatic impact he's ever seen or watched. That's like saying a movie can change you. That's like saying a person that you meet can change you. Who, I guess have been, it might be under the rocks or put it inside a bubble or something, but it's what it is, man.
Hey, man. You know what changed my life? Watching that E3 and seeing that shaggy dog.
Well,
I'm telling you.
I can definitely tell you what changed mine is I was fucking eating some good, cool, hard pussy.
Yo, I'm telling you though, guys, when I seen people crying over the Last Guardian, a game that took like 9 years to come out, but they didn't have none, so they brought that game out. They pushed it. It was really broken. To see people crying over a little boy going, ooey, ooey, and a dog with chicken feet / possum, and people crying over that game, I said, there's something wrong here. There's really something wrong here. Like, it looked like a PS2 game. PS3, like, it just bugged me out, and I don't get it. Like, but people sometimes I'll take what I said back. Maybe sometimes some video games might change somebody's life. Who knows? You understand? Nobody knows. But for me, that's not That's not reality. You understand? Video games is video games.
That back before you came in, I was saying to the guys, but then we can't argue the argument. If somebody says using video games for their life, we can't argue the argument in trying to use against video games all these years. If somebody plays games that has multiple violence and you keep killing people, it can make you a cold-blooded killer then. You see what I'm trying to say?
You got what he said, Ghost? So
yeah.
Should I repeat it?
No, you got it,
right? Yeah. Yeah, man. So, like, if God of War can make you a better father, Call of Duty can make me GTA can make me a cold-hearted criminal. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying this, man. In all reality, playing shooters like that would not make you, like, I can't see a video game making you a killer. You playing Grand Theft Auto, boom, 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 boom. So now I'm gonna grab a car in the street and run people over and act like Grand Theft Auto? No, that's a video game. And that's people, I think, that don't like video games, so they just bash video games and try to use that as an excuse that person pulled out a gun and shot 5 people, 6 people. No, that person is mentally ill, or there's something wrong with him. He was a killer regardless. To pick up a gun and shoot up a whole movie theater, there's something wrong with that person. It's not a video game that made him do that. That's that person that did that.
Yep.
That's reality.
Exactly.
Not a video game's gonna make you do that.
That's the absurd. That's why it sounds very.
Yeah, Hiva with another great point from Hiva, man.
You know, so I'm just.
Yeah, we can't hear you at all.
We can't hear you at all.
Yeah, I said I'm basically trying the same logic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it definitely works.
Yeah. Now, guys, what do you think Microsoft got up their sleeve for E3, man? Because I think since Phil and them are getting harassed and all that, I think they're gonna pull something out and blow everybody.
I think it's either gonna be a funeral or a celebration.
I feel they're gonna have an explosion up in there. I feel Phil Spencer and them are gonna go hard. I don't know. I got a funny feeling they're gonna shock everybody.
I'd like them to.
They need to, like, because this is crazy.
They need to. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if you remember me last E3, but I was kind of disappointed because they just really showed a lot of the same stuff with a few new.
I was so pissed off last year. It wasn't even funny. I made a whole thing about
what I expected was what I expect this year, which was what comes out in the next few years. Like I was hoping for a bigger roadmap, but we got State of Decay 2 delayed. We got delays and whatnot. We got a bunch of indies, Japanese games that we knew were coming already. But when I saw Sony's, I'm like, oh, this is like Microsoft's, but even worse. But this E3, I really hope we get to see future games and not just the same games we've been talking about for years. And that's what I'm expecting. Crappy, he got good sources. He said there's going to be a Forza Microsoft kart racer. I love Mario Kart, so I'm hyped up for that. A Gears spinoff, I don't know what that could be.
Oh.
And I forgot what else he said, but what he said sounded pretty cool to me. And if that's it, yeah, I'm dope with that. I'm good with that.
I see it like this, Jay. I think they're going to hit us with a mocap. I think they're going to bring in some games, man, that they're going to show us that they got far out. But I think also, look how they pulled out of nowhere PUBG. They gave that to us, bang, out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Boom,
yeah.
PUBG towards the end. I think they got a couple of things extra this year that they're going to give us. Surprises, I think. And what they're going to show is going to blow everybody's mind, I feel. We already know about Sony's E3. They got to show different stuff because we already know about Last of Us. We know about Days Gone, Detroit, and God of War. So let's see what they got.
We know about Ghost of Tsushima. We know about
Ghost of Tsushima.
Death Stranding. We got a bunch of games that are like 2020. These are like 2020 games, 2019 at least. So,
And I feel, what do you think about a console coming out, PlayStation 5 in 2019? And I think I'll be honest with you, if Microsoft come out swinging, and they swinging for the fences, and they going crazy, and everybody like it, I do believe Sony's counterattack will be showing a PlayStation 5 or a rumor of it, like they're gonna bring it out just to take the shine off of Microsoft, guaranteed. Because where I feel Microsoft, it's the days, and Japan is coming on right behind them instead of going behind, like instead of letting Japan go first, but we always got to go first, so they always counterattacking to see what we do, and then they come out with some, and PlayStation's is better. That's like you always going the first round, even and if you watch rap battling, the person that goes first 9 out of 10 he gonna lose, because the person got to come back because he's hearing what he got to say first. So I feel like
they always got the rebuttals,
so they could counterattack that, and that's why I feel Sony move is great, because they always going second to Microsoft, so they could counterattack Microsoft definitely without a problem. Especially
we also got to talk about Phil in that Ryan McCaffrey tweet. He said we got games coming, and he said single player. So we're gonna wait to see. Well, I'm sure the single player game's coming. So,
if I may, can you guys hear me still or no?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can understand you.
Still taking Burger King orders?
Yeah, but it's better than before.
Yeah.
Still good.
Last week goes when I came in. I saw that he did, and I think he meant well, because I was trying to say,
I can't hear you at all now.
Yeah. Heba, what headset you using?
The only ones I have.
For what? Is your phone?
Yeah, on my phone. It's the only ones I have.
That's why it's like that.
Yeah.
You got your
phone? Right, just carry on and we'll try to make out what you're saying.
Now, let me know.
Get out of here. My dog.
But yeah, man. Phil said he's a single player guy. Look at what he plays. It's mostly single player. He's got single player games down the pipeline and whatnot. So I'm expecting good stuff, because you can only show they can't show State of Decay, and they can't show Sea of Thieves because those are out. We're gonna see Crackdown, obviously, but that's just one game that we already know about. Everything else has to be new. They got Forza Horizon 4 coming out this year.
J-Lo, just to touch up on that, they shouldn't complain about Crackdown being shown, because they bitched about it. They bitched about this game, got
exactly.
it. So Microsoft got to show it. You understand? So people, to shut them up, show the multiplayer, show the destruction in multiplayer, show how pretty the game is. And Phil, if you listening in the Xbox team, who gives a F? Just bring the game out. Because Crackdown, like, it is what it is. Like, it looked better than other Crackdowns. So whatever you bring it out,
dudes, like Crappy and those dudes who have leaks and shit, they said that the multiplayer is really good. It's just they pushed it back for the single player, which that's what people bitched about, like you said. So
for a graphical upgrade, right? Can you guys hear me better?
Yeah. What's up? Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, no, I'm saying that for graphical upgrade, is that's what they're alluding to, or they're hitting?
Oh, we lost him. We did.
What you say?
I'm still here. I said that
what you say
was for they on the single player for graphical update.
Right, that's what they delayed it for, I believe.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, like I said, Ryan McCaffrey said that it took Sony 10 years. That it's going to take Microsoft's time as well. And he was right. I think he had good intentions. Then Phil answered, look, it took us time to do BC, new hardware update, better services, everything else that we've been doing to this point. And now it's going to and build new studios and more first-party single-player. He's stressed single-player game. That you guys, man, I'm paraphrasing, but that's kind of like how he put it down. He got it, that's how he put it down, but
I can't.
You can't hear me?
Yeah.
No, now we can.
Now we can.
Oh, okay. Let me know.
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah.
What was the last thing y'all heard?
Oh man, I can't lie.
Had,
the thing about something, and then you broke off.
Yeah.
First party.
I was trying to.
I feel we took time. We took time with this. We took time with that.
That he took time with the building of hardware, the software, and to make it quality. To make the games quality like the way we did our hardware and our brand, like our platform. To make quality games that have single player or that are single player. Like he stressed that. He put that in, of course, like I said, I was paraphrasing, but that's what he was saying. So I really, and then it just sounds like excuses. Forget his and
You're cutting out.
We rebuilt the brand. That's what I heard all over again.
You said something about excuses too.
People he was making it sound like excuses.
I would like to say this. Yeah, I feel that rebuilding the brand and everything, and I feel that Phil's gonna come through, but I want to see for the community to stop all this bull. Phil, just bring it. Bring it this E3. Go for the fences. Hit it out the park. Show nothing but games. Games. And for the hardcore dudes, they want these mocap games, single player games. When you give it to us, hopefully the community buys it. Buy these games. This is the thing that
I am by Hellblade.
Yeah, I bought Hellblade and I'm gonna enjoy it. The reason why I bought it is because it's a dope looking game, and it's a shame that from what I've seen, I think it won awards too. It won awards.
A lot of awards.
Yeah, and this new for a small team like Ninja Theory, a small team, what is it, a 12-man crew, I think, that didn't get funded by Sony or whatever, something like that, and for them to make a game that you can match that up with God of War, don't get me wrong, like the game is pretty for a small developing team like that. Like that game is like a masterpiece. Like it's beautiful. There's no hating in it. It's dope.
Visual masterpiece,
It's fire. And if I was Microsoft, I will lock it down. Lock them down. Like that's what you need.
The first game I believe was Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, they need to lock them up. Lock that down. That game can have a sequel. It's dope. Like the whole that is fire. They need to knock down Ninja Theory, man. Buy them, man. Like, or if not, you know what I mean? Get them on your
mature games.
Yeah,
get that game, man.
Get that game. That franchise right there that's a breath of fresh air. Right there. That was something different when you walking through the tunnels and you're hearing the craziness in the head in the side of your headsets. Things talking like when you go in a dark tunnel with the flame and everything, it got you feeling a little creepy in the dark, like, yo, you really get immersed into the game. Like it's hot, and that's something unique, and that's what Microsoft needs. That's a dope game. And for a lot of people, you don't want these type of games, buy that game, support that game, man.
Yep.
And this is what makes Microsoft look at this. For one, we had a dope game. A lot of people went buy it. What was it? Quantum Break. Even though the media shot it down, we did have Quantum Break was fire, son. Like the graphics in that game was fire. Nobody bought it because it got shot down because they were saying it wasn't 1080p basically. Like, come on.
I liked that game. Both run throughs of that game.
It was pretty. What was his name? Sean Ashton. Sean
Ashmore,
the dark-skinned brother. He was in the Wire. He was a lieutenant in the Wire, and he looked like him. Yo, the graphics on that was it was fire. The graphics on that for people to.
That dude's in Horizon Zero Dawn, the black dude.
Yeah, like look at the graphics on Quantum Break. Did it need to suffer the hit that it took because it wasn't 1080p? Like that game was beautiful, but did the Xbox dudes out there buy it? Like, let's be honest. Like, you're talking about you want these games like God of Wars, but that is Sony's exclusive. Their franchise exclusive. That is Sony Santa Monica, whatever. That's theirs, basically. Like,
what I find funny is the dudes bitching about God of War. I look at my friends list, and what are they always playing? Gears 4 multiplayer. Are they gonna really put as many hours as God of War as Gears 4 multiplayer?
No, never.
Let's think about that.
Never. Once you're done with that game, you might, J-Lo, I'll give you this. You might jump back into it twice. Maybe if you were really a hardcore God of War lover to play it and try to get the achievements and do all kind of things. But other than that, just put it this way, Gears got too much for it. The campaign mode is dope. And how you say it? The online is phenomenal.
Co-op campaign.
Yeah,
co-op mode.
The horde modes, like that's just like Halo. Like Halo got so much. Yo, Halo got free DLC, bruh. Halo got so much content, it ain't even funny on the multiplayer. They even let you create your own levels. Master Chief showed me a level that was crazy with the snowman. He know what I'm talking about. If he listening to the show.
Oh yeah.
The things that was in there, but look at what they let you do. Like like Halo's something different. It's unique. It's a dope, one of the best shooters. Basically, that is the godfather of the multiplayer shooters. Like, let's be honest here. Microsoft was,
Well, somebody told me Gears 4 wasn't king of third-person shooters. I'm just thinking in my head, what other third-person shooter multiplayer exists? Yeah, there is none.
And it's really hard for
it. Ain't Uncharted.
T-Reaper, you can
you
can explain that. What could rival Gears of War out there? Third-person shooter.
Right now, nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
some dumbass try to tell me that.
Brutal. My cousin's a PlayStation dude, and they even said it. Gears of War was raw. Like when they seen it, like got to get into it. It's raw.
The closest they come to like comparing that is Uncharted and Last of Us multiplayer, but I'm like, that's not really comparison wise. I like that's not the same thing.
Exactly. One is PG-13 and one is rated R. Like just put that.
Exactly.
Like I can't explain it, man. Like you can't even try to compare their multiplayers to that. You feel me, T? Like that's where the Sony fanboys got to understand that. Gears of War is an icon. Halo is an icon. They don't have no icon shooters. They just got single player games, and I respect that. That's dope. But every console is unique. Bro. Yeah, like Microsoft has their own unique big franchises, and they known for their shooters and multiplayer and co-ops. PlayStation's kind of known for the story mode games. That's it.
Yo, no pun intended, but they're one-trick ponies. They can only do one trick, and that's single player. They can't even do co-op single player. Like it's something so simple, like enjoying a story with your friends. They can't do. They've never done. I think Bloodborne might be the only one. And even then, you can't do the whole game together.
True. And
yeah, I don't get it, man.
That's what bothers me. Like, I never knew. I thought I'd see the day where Xbox dudes want to be like PlayStation dudes, man. I can't believe this, yo. It's got me thinking, like, yo, what's going on here? I can't believe Xbox gamers want to be PlayStation gamers. It seemed like
you're making a crazy good point right now, because like
the games they want
really just seem like copy paste. They just want PlayStation games with a different name on Xbox. They want a God of War type or Uncharted type. I'm like, how about Microsoft makes their new type of game?
Yeah,
that's like nothing else.
That's unique, Like, Jay, and that, I'm glad I brought that up, and you just hit the nail in the coffin with that. Like, I don't want to be like a God of War or none of that Sony things that they bring. I want a different type of game. Like, that's what I want. I'm a different type of gamer for that. Yeah, I love story modes. Look, we got Tomb Raider. We get games like Tomb Raider. That'll be fire, or certain games like that. But I never thought I'd see the day where Xbox dudes want to be PlayStation dudes. I can't believe this.
Mm-hmm.
It bugged me out.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
TV, what you think?
And like I said, man. Yeah.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You guys hear me or no?
Yeah, I can hear you.
T, what's your input on that? Where you ain't seeing the hypocrisy on this, the weirdness going on? Like a lot of Xbox dudes want to be PlayStation gamers. Meaning they want to be like PlayStation. I can't believe it.
No, I could go on for 30 minutes about how Next Gen 720 gave in his Xbox to a PS4. I could go 30 minutes just talking about that straight.
I don't think Zaire really gave up his Xbox to be a PlayStation.
I don't either, because the dude plays Gears of War 4 more times than I take.
I ain't gonna lie, Zaire's Zaire anybody. I'll give it to Zaire. Zaire's been like that since I tuned into his YouTube channel. Zaire goes for broke. He don't care.
He's like, leave me alone. And I'm like, I don't want to leave you alone. This is too funny. No, this is too funny. I can't stop it. I'm sorry. They're just like, no.
Nah, what I like is when Zaire gets his
you want everybody to
hypeness.
leave you alone and like drop the PS4, drop it in a dumpster, and then just go straight on Gears of War 4 and never leave it alone.
Yo, Zaire.
I jumped on my PS4 right now, man.
Yeah, Zaire's crazy. He be like, fuck that. He be like, yo, they bothering me, basically, Ghost. I'm firing back. Fuck that. And Zaire go in. So I'll be like, yo, he's going crazy. Zaire, shit, yo, man, I know he's taking a lot of heat. But yo, Zaire, man, much success, man. God bless you and your family, man.
Yeah.
Just enjoy what you want to play, Zaire. Like, enjoy
I mean, really, enjoy it. We can't. No one can stop you from doing what you enjoy. Like, no one can stop you from doing that. That's your own personal business, and no one has a right to tell you what you can and cannot enjoy. But it comes to your fault when you try to move the argument from one goalpost to another and think everybody is just suddenly going to be okay with it and just like sit there and be like, oh, this is the new Z. Okay, we're digging this. Where's Last of Us? Where's God of War? Oh, wait. Where's Uncharted? Where's all these games that he says he's going to play? And, oh, that's right. He sold his PS4 a day ago. All right. Never mind. Just keep going.
I see as God. Zaire.
Guy in the comments put he always liked God of War in the comments.
I did too.
Yeah,
no,
everybody
is jumping ship to play God of War, and rightfully so. That is like, it's like the embodiment of Halo for PS4. Anybody will drop what they're doing to go play.
I agree. Zaire always like God of War.
It's old.
Yeah.
It's one of those old icons that anybody will drop what they're doing to go do it.
You know what's funny, T Reaper?
He was always a God of War pony. You're right.
You sound way better.
T Reaper, hello, can you guys hear me or no?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's funny is that everybody's dropping and saying supposedly to play God of War, but yet God of War Ascension only sold 1.1 million. Okay, so please, that's a whole
and Ascension was a PSP though, right?
Huh?
No, it's PS3.
No, it's PS3.
It's PS3 too? All right.
Which was also a very good game, and people are like, oh, it's corny, and didn't even play it.
People were trashing it.
I beat the game. I know that it's not corny. It's just, if you like the other ones, you like that one. It's just it was trying.
It's like Arkham Origins of
well, it was trying to get a little bit different approach to it, like more close-in areas and things like that. It had the same formula of the fighting combat system, the over-the-top cinematic boss fights, the large boss fights, the ending boss fight in that game. Holy crap! It's the most ridiculous, most craziest that I can think of in recent memory, because you're fighting basically a Leviathan or a Kraken. And you fight under the water, in the air, in land, and back under the water. It's like real crazy, but it's really well done the way they did it. But again, there's a lot of button prompts, like button commands, like QTEs in a way, kind of like what we saw with that first fight in God of War, the new one, when he's fighting that dude and they're throwing rocks at each other and the floor is splitting in half, and all you're seeing is it says, "Oh, press A, RB, and LB at once," or whatever. But what I was trying to tell you guys earlier was that when Ryan McCaffrey put up that tweet, I think he meant well, because he was stressing about the fact that the games started getting critical acclaim for for PlayStation, the brand, last generation on the PS3 era. So basically, it took them 10 years to get to that point, and that obviously it's going to take Microsoft a while to get to that point as well. And Phil was talking about how it took them time to rebuild the brand, how it took them time to do the hardware that was quality, the services, the backwards compatibility, and he said that he wants to do new, and that it's going to take time to build new studios with quality games, just like they did with the actual new console and the actual platform itself as a brand. But that he was very aware that to bring more single player experiences that were quality, just like the console that they just brought out, because the fans deserved it. And I'm paraphrasing.
And he's a single player gamer.
Yeah, yes. Because he says that's my preferred gaming for single player. He put it in parentheses, so he's definitely aware of it. But it's like I said, these people are acting like Microsoft had the luxury that Sony had, that once they came out, since they launched, all they did was sit back and enjoy their laurels of their success. And then when they didn't have a lot of games, it was like, oh yeah, we're good with the better multiplats because they're in higher resolution. Oh yeah, we're good until they come out with more AAAs because we have indies going on now like never before on the PlayStation, when that existed back in the 360, and that's where it started on the console, heavily again on 360. Even though it was something that Sega started back in the Master System era, for those who don't know. So, and also the Xbox One X came out in November. It's only been
5 months,
less than 5.5 months. These dudes are acting like it's been 2 years and they still haven't brought nothing out. Like, oh my God, the roadmap for Xbox is already done. They showed everything from the moment they launched it till now, with the exception of the cancellation of Fable Legends and obviously Scalebound. But nobody talks about the cancellation of games for PlayStation like Deep Down, and the fact that The Wild is nowhere to be found, which more than likely was also
the Sony Santa Monica Destiny RPG type game,
right? Or the Sony Santa Monica game that they were going to do that was like Destiny, or the fact that they had to close down services for
Drive
games
Club,
like Drawn to Death and the Tomorrow Children, and they closed down the people who did MotorStorm, and they closed down.
They shit on Project Spark when it happens to that.
Right, when it happened with Project Spark, they closed down the Sony SOE, which was the Sony Online Entertainment Division, and that's why DC Universe came to Xbox, because they did that, because they had a stranglehold on that.
I remember that, yeah.
So, all those things people don't talk about when it comes to Sony, that they were sparse. They only had, from the launch to last year, really 6 games that they brought out that were either new or from old IPs, which was, Until Dawn, obviously, The Order, Drive Club, Bloodborne, Knack, Last Guardian, and then Uncharted, right? Being me, and the ones that really got praised was Uncharted and Bloodborne, while everything else was pretty lackluster and garbage. Because Infamous was an old property, Killzone was an old property, you know what I'm saying? And all those remasters were fake. Even The Last of Us remaster doesn't compare to something like Gears of War Ultimate or Ratchet and Clank that came out later on. Street Fighter wasn't their game. They paid for that because the actual creator wanted it on PlayStation. Because why? In Japanese. They stick to their own kind. Whether people want to admit it or not, they're nationalists. It is what it is. So all those things come into play, and they keep forgetting, they were only resting on the laurels of doing those marketing deals because they had no choice. So they're like, okay, well, we're going to put a sticker on the console to make it look proper. And then people bought into those stupid hypes. Okay, a lot of people, shout outs to Kaleidoscope, I mentioned this a couple of podcasts ago, got all hyped up for the Batman shit because a lot of those games that they didn't even played on 360 because they were really bad on PS3. So they went out and bought that Batman, bought out the Star Wars, and because it was a big property, and it worked. I mean, it worked. But Microsoft had to rebrand because no matter what they did, it was bad press. Oh, they got a brick. The brick looks like another microwave oven. They got pressed for that. Oh, that they don't have a button to put energy server to energy save. They got hot heat for that. Oh, that the box looks like a VCR. It's too big. They got heat for that. Oh, that their games are 900p, not real 1080p, even though it's still to this day the only console that had real 1080p 60 frames per second games with Halo, Forza, right? Which you can't deny it, right? Oh, but look at the graphics of Forza. It's like, yeah, and look at the difference between the content that Drive Club had and Forza had. Just because they zoom in the camera and they give you pretty or exaggerated rain doesn't mean that it had more detail, because Forza overall had way more detail because it had more cars, it had more tracks, it had more customization, Auto Vista, even games like Project Cars. Shout outs to E-Rock that I saw me just Barge came in a few minutes ago, had more detail than things like Drive Club. Drive Club was a complete joke. It had like 6 premeditated customization, even with decals, meaning cosmetic, that were preloaded that you could pick for each car, right? You couldn't even do customization internally like you do with Forza. So those are the reasons. All that stuff takes memory, or real-time weather, or real damage when you crash. All those takes information as a whole package, and that's why Forza delivered the whole package with better graphics, better quality. Same thing like even games like Project Cars.
That's why Forza's on top of the scale
right. But they try to sell it like, oh look, but look at the no, it looks nicer because it has less content. The camera's very zoomed in, and it's more claustrophobic with the single with the single races that you do. But so what I wanted to point out real quick, because I have to step out, was that it was sad to me how Phil was honest, and this is what a lot of us have been saying in podcasts through the years, that it's going to take time to them rebrand. Unlike Sony, they didn't have to rebrand. They just did whatever they had to concentrate on, and that was it. And those games were already being made that were being pushed back to this point that still haven't come out, because God of War is just coming out when we knew about it, quite a few years ago. Same thing with Detroit. It was announced in 2012 on PS3 and their stage on E3, and it's just coming out now. So damn,
that's a long time.
Right? Yeah. Same thing like Last Guardian. That was 9 years. All these games have been announced years ago and are just starting to come out and sprinkle out, and they're making it seem like they started concentrating because they did it from the beginning of the generation and started concentrating on those things. No. Those things been in works for years. Same thing like Microsoft, I'm pretty sure, had other games and projects in works for years, but had to change because they had to, like I said, they had to rebrand because they were getting the heat and the hate from everybody, whether it was haters, trolls, media, whatever. But the saddest part was, to get to the point, was that a lot of people I saw saying that he was just making excuses, that he sounds like a liar, that they're tired of that bull crap. He had 4 years already, when they don't realize that his position still, he didn't have control 4 years ago. The position he got now is where he has full-on control, and they started letting go people and hiring new people, and now they're starting to shift stuff because now he has more control over the gaming division with the new position guy, which he just got last year. Okay, so he said it. The first thing he said, now we're gonna concentrate on building, because the X came out, building new studios, building new IPs. But for the meantime, we also have to figure out to make what type of deals we got to make for third-party support games for our platform to be exclusive as well. He addressed all that stuff, and people are acting like they have amnesia; they don't remember. So in less than 6 months, they want everything to be, the roadmap already to be panned out, which is ludicrous. The reality of it is E3. It's going to happen in E3. They already started trickling out all the little information, like the backwards compatibility list, the avatars coming soon, the new updates, packs with the indie stuff, because they're gonna leave the big stuff for E3. That's my true, honest belief. That's what I believe.
Why would they not? Yeah, people were assuming they could just drop info now. Like, who else does that? Because
they have a lot to prove, Jay. That's the thing. Because right now they're in the spotlight. Everybody's like, "Fuck you, we hate you, we're leaving. You don't do shit, we're out." Fine, that's your decision. But here's my biggest problem. If they do deliver and they do answer, I am gonna be the first person I'm pretty sure a lot of you will too, to tell the hypocrites that are all crying now, trying to say we're leaving. If they try to say, "Oh, Xbox is great," they listen, they're fantastic. No, fuck you. You were a weak punk bitch that acted like Xbox didn't care when all they've done is listen. And now you don't have no right to say shit. We're not going to listen because you're a hypocrite. You already showed your true colors. Listen. And that's the way I feel about it. Go ahead, E-Rock.
They're going to say we did, but I'm sorry, E-Rock. But I'm going to tell you guys like this. They're going to say we all damage controlling here, but we being realists about it. We just saying how it is. We're not sugarcoating what Phil Spencer did. We're just saying that we want Microsoft to do better, too, at that. But you can't just crucify the man. The man just stepped into the office when Microsoft was basically destroyed. Johnny Matt excuse my French, messed up everything, basically. Sony took a big leap. You even had Yoshida's son and Sony and them saying they don't even know why their console's selling like that. But people fail to realize that. That was years ago when he said that. They don't know how their console's selling like that. But it is what it is. They got console lead. We know this. Like every week they say they got another 2 to 3 million. Their list keep going up. What are they hiding these consoles? Like everybody don't got internet nowadays to play online. But that's another story. Hey, E-Rock, man, what's up, bro? What you been up to, brother?
Hey, you bumbleclads. What you talking about, man?
Yeah, I'm feeling that right there.
What's this blood clot bullshit you talking, man?
That logo's fire, bro.
everywhere I go all around on YouTube, man. I go on the Instagram, and I go on the what's that shit, the Twitter, and I hear all of this bullshit. Y'all motherfuckers is tripping. Not y'all. Motherfuckers is tripping over one game.
Exactly.
I saw that you put that video up there. I've been meaning to watch it. I've actually been in here the entire time since you posted it.
That's no problem. That's no problem, you blood clot. Listen, man. These guys, they not no Buffalo Soldiers. They not no rude boys. Oh, Xbox, we're gonna leave you. Oh, Xbox, we need a roadmap. Oh, Xbox, how come you don't have no quality games? Man, suck. Look.
Bing, bing.
Every last Xbox, everybody. Ryan McCafferty, that motherfucking ventriloquist dummy. How does he still have a job?
I saw that tweet. That tweet was pretty, pretty ballsy. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he never does it at Sony though. He talks on power.
He talking his nonsense. I don't even know how he has his job as supposed to be the Xbox representative. He should have been fired a long time ago. I threw some heat at him. Then you got one of Zaire's boys, KGB or KLT or whoever the fuck his name is. That nigga need to deliver his UPS packages before they fire his ass. So he tried to fire some heat at me. I fired some back at his ass. I ain't heard shit from him yet because I'm the wrong one. This is the wrong motherfucker. Let me tell you, Xbox son. Oh,
what happened? What happened, E-Rock, with that one?
Oh, no. You know my little video I made about Zaire. So I guess he want to come in there and try to defend Zaire. Man, fuck. Look. It's like this. It's like this. You either with Xbox or you ain't. I'm still trying to figure out what Xbox need to do. They gave y'all Sea of Thieves, which everybody's enjoying. If you didn't enjoy Sea of Thieves, that's no problem. Okay? In less than 45 days or 46 days, I didn't do the right count. In less than 46 days, State of Decay 2 is coming out. Then E3. Then Black Desert or Desert Black or some shit. And then summer goes rolling into the fall where there's Crackdown, there's Forza. Microsoft got to give us a roadmap. Motherfucker, if you need a roadmap, go call AAA. You don't need no roadmap. Microsoft ain't going to do like Sony and announce games in 2018 that ain't coming up to 2036. They're not going to do that. All of this hype is about them motherfuckers over there finally got what they consider a good game. And I'm not going to diss God of War. I'm not going to buy God of War. I play God of War. The last God of War I played was in 2010. It was God of War 3. And actually the God of War 3 demo, the demo that you got with your PS3 in 2009, the demo was better than the actual fucking game. That's neither here nor there. Okay? My situation is just to all you Xbox dudes is I'm leaving or I'm switching or basically y'all can't pick it. Basically, Microsoft is doing their shit. And their shit right now, man, is online games that you, Kaleidoscope, J-Long, all y'all can get on these games and have fun and doing gaming. That's Microsoft's twist, man. And if that's not your thing, leave. Matter of fact, we prefer you leave. But do not take shots at the Xbox community on the way out. Don't do that, because when you do that, you can't come back like the fraud. He can't never come back.
I don't think he even actually really wants to come back. I think he wants to, have some fun with Hyrule and freaking Mario and all those.
Wow. He pursuing.
That's cool, man. Yo, I ain't never seen anything in my entire history of gaming where a couple of games got crazy, like God of War. The view already finished God of War. That's letting you know the longevity that it had. That's letting you know the longevity. They already finished it.
Yo, E-Rock, you know what's crazy? That's what we was talking about before you dropped in. You came in. We was talking about how I never thought that the Xbox gamers want to be like Sony gamers, meaning like one games like Sony has. Like what? Like I understand getting games is different, but I never understood that how the whole shit is changing up. Like, come on. You don't see PlayStation dudes talking about, yo, dag, even though they petitioned for a lot of games of ours, but they talking about, yo, I want that Gears. Like, Sony, Yoshida, why you again giving us a game like Gears? Even though they did ask for like a Halo, and they got it through Bungie and Destiny. So that's their little breath of fresh air. But it's not, it can, just put it this way. Halo and Destiny can never compare to Halo. Halo's the icon. You understand? So that's neither here or there. But what I'm trying to say is, what do you think about that, man? Because I'm seeing a lot of this happening on Twitter. People going crazy. You really gonna sell your Xbox and go to PlayStation when you can keep your Xbox and buy a PlayStation and play those games? I don't get that.
Let them go, man. I mean, it is what it is. Let them go, man. Like we live in a society, and I've been seeing this. I've been seeing this like the last, I'll say, since 2013. If this was another podcast, I would leave. I would use the Marvel versus DC cinematic shit as a reference. But people,
the vibration.
People want to be associated with the mob, Ghost, and when they're not associated with the mob, and they feel attacked every day, and they feel like they're not getting anything, Ghost. And so they feel like they're not getting anything. And after a while, they crack. Like, well, those guys, they over here, they getting something. But all the while, you've been getting. All y'all guys leaving Xbox. Go ahead and leave. Get back your consoles. Get back all of them free games that Phil gave y'all every month for the last, 5 years. Give back all that free shit he gave y'all. Give that motherfucking shit back. Give all that shit back. Give back the stable online. Give back all that shit he gave y'all.
Exactly, bro.
He gave y'all, and get the fuck out of here. Okay, we don't want y'all. We don't want y'all. And I'm a grown ass man. I know these ain't nothing but toys we arguing about. But I'm down for Xbox.
Hey.
How am I gonna be? How am I gonna be the Don King of Xbox and I ain't done? And I'm secretly sitting here pining over some Jap crap. I'm pining over God of War. I'm sure God of War is probably a great game. Me, guys, I'm older than all of you. Man, I might got some of y'all guys on 22 years, about 22 years. God of War, been there, done that. Matter of fact, man, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm a little sick and tired of maybe the same Halo and the same Gears of War all the time. See, what happened was games like State of Decay and games like PSV opened my eyes to the fact that I kind of like the fact that I don't have a narrative. I kind of like the fact that I don't have. But somebody else might want the game story. Somebody else might love the shit Hellblade Sacrifice. And that's what the fuck is up. But not all of the three game companies. How come ain't nobody coming to Nintendo with this shit? Yo, Nintendo, y'all, I don't have God of War, so we leaving y'all. It's always Xbox. Can't y'all see, man?
Exactly.
It's always Xbox. And if you stand up for Xbox, you damage controller. I get Solid Rap as damage controller now because he Red Dead Redemption in 4K. That shit blew his mind. He said, "Yo, man, this is the console I have. Fuck what you heard." And I'm like, "Man, it is, man. If y'all want to go play God of War, you do that. But stop. All you Xbox, stop coming on Twitter shit, coming to film it. When we gonna get quality games? Motherfucker, you had a quality game. It was called Sea of Thieves. I can't help it if Zaire can't read a map. I can't help it if
me and Kalida dropped like almost 5 hours yesterday.
Yeah, I can't help it if motherfuckers can't read a compass and figure out north from south. That's y'all twist, babe. That's y'all twist. Don't tell me, E-Rock 805, your name's Garrett. Don't tell me, Ghost, what I'm gonna play. You feel me? Don't tell me you don't really like Sea of Thieves. You just front. Really? I had to smack your brain in his mouth over that shit. And nigga ain't been in my Twitter feed since. The reason is because I want Xbox to stop reacting.
They did petition for it too.
Yeah, now you got Phil Professor responding to the criticism. If I was Phil, I would have said shit. I say, look, I got Sea of Thieves. Don't get the State of Decay to me. I'll wait till E3 fucking leave. He's an executive. He can't do that. See, that's why they won't hire me over at Xbox. Because, man, that'll be a quick press conference. Mr. E-Rock, what about God of War? What about quality games? Look, man, I just gave y'all Sea of Thieves. They'll get State of Decay. I'll see y'all at E3. I'm out this bitch.
Yo, E-Rock, you can't do that because they'll say you Donnie Matt.
Well, you know what?
Donnie Matt did that, yo. He wound out. I ain't gonna lie.
It's a Ghost. The only thing that me and Jiffy Pop Head Zaire got in common is that we respected Donnie Mac swagger. Donnie Mac had that swagger. He told that one fool, I know y'all hate Donnie Matrick. Everybody blame Donnie Matrick for what happened in 2013. Donnie Matrick and them was just, listen, DRM was going to happen anyway. You fools listen to this podcast. You ponies, you wood clippers, you fake Xbox gamers.
You're right.
Was going to happen anyway. iPhone does DRM, but y'all don't say shit to them motherfuckers because that's y'all addiction. Your mental slavery is intact. Why should Phil Spencer have to give y'all a roadmap? Why should Phil Spencer have to give y'all motherfuckers anything other than what he's been giving y'all every month? Great games. If you ain't with it, then leave. Then leave, man. Then leave. You know what I mean?
I understand that.
I heard what he was saying about the nationalistic shit going on over Japan. Listen, everybody got on me a year ago when I told y'all how the Japanese was over there. But yeah, I got help. So I'm gonna leave that shit alone. But I mean, y'all. I mean, look, man. Everybody do stay out of Phil's face. If y'all come to my Twitter or my Xbox channel and don't want to do this game, I'm either gonna break you. Look, man. Y'all go follow Zaire and follow the rest of them clowns over there, and that's what I got to say about that shit. Bumba Club.
Yeah, you're right. I see it like this, man. American product out there, Japan ain't really gonna sell like that, and that's the Xbox. I play the PlayStation and stuff like that. That ain't rocking. So it is what it is. Like, but how about the sales in North America, man? We leading. I heard we leading supposedly of starting this year on sales.
The growth, it goes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Hebot, you got two of your Hebots up here.
Yeah, it's me and my alter ego.
What the hell?
That's right.
I'm on the road on the phone right now, and then I'm at home with my spirit and soul over there.
Oh snap!
You happy? Don't face it.
Yo, let me interrupt for one little thing. I'm playing Hellblade on the PS4 right now. This shit sounds like a jet engine, bro.
Yeah, that's the traditional PS4 way.
Jay, you should play it on the best box, man, with the 4K access to it, everything, man.
Yeah, sure. Later on.
Yo, Jay, you know what I'm gonna do? And I'm saying this live on air. I'm gonna get you the Hellblade game, but how can I get it to you? By sending it to you so you can play it on Xbox and put it so it can catch more dust, Jay.
He's not in another country. You heard, Jay? You heard,
Jay? Add achievements on yours.
Ghost.
Instead of trophy.
Yeah.
Ghost, did you hear what I said?
Yeah, what happened?
He's not on another region, so you can just buy it from regular and then gift it.
How I gift it to him?
It says
Xbox. Through Xbox.
Once you pick his highlight his thing, it'll tell you once you buy the game. It tells you want to gift it, you want to buy it for yourself, and you say gift. You pick him, you buy it, and then go right to it.
Oh, all right. So I'm gonna do that right after the show. So my boy ain't got to play the PlayStation 4 joke console. Freak that shit. Wait till God of War, Jay.
A big thank you, man. Thank you, bro.
You got it, bro.
What I was trying to tell you earlier was, if you look at the live chat, that Hellblade is only digital. It never came out physical at all, ever.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Now, what I did see yesterday in Target, which was kind of surprising because I didn't know, because if not, I would have bought it that way, was that No Way Out is physical.
No Way Out?
Yeah.
That's the Diddy album, bro. It's No Way Out.
Yeah, he's one of them footballs.
That was a good
Diddy like playing with the Diddy. Hey.
It was a really good co-op single player experience.
It looks great. Yeah.
It was dope. I beat it with my son Darius. We rocked it out. That shit was nice, yo.
I watched H2 Delirious play that with cartoons. Oh my lord, it was hilarious.
And the good thing is, if you buy it, like let's say I could play with E-Rock and send him a code and he could play it without owning the game.
Yep, that's what's dope about that. See,
you know that, right?
That's I ain't gonna lie, that's fire. I knew about that and I bugged out when I heard that you can actually play the game, physically play it, and somebody else that don't even got the game can play it with you. That's crazy.
So the game was announced. The game was announced that it sold over 1 million, So that means over 2 million people played it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Because you can't play it by yourself.
Impressive, man.
You know what I mean? Which is great. You know? I don't know how I'm coming in with the audio, but
no, you sound
coming in good. You sound way better than before. I'm telling you, is that when we was telling you is because you'll say a word and then we couldn't hear you at all, and then you'll pop up.
That's because I was on the Wi-Fi, but I'm in LTE, so I guess.
Yeah, we can hear you clearly now. That's better.
Yeah.
I was trying to say to your point that you and E-Rock were talking about when I had left. That I don't understand why. If you feeling that right now Microsoft is having a drought for games that really don't favor to you or cater to you, then do play your PlayStation for the games that you want to play right now at the moment. Once you finish the one and done, and Xbox brings out other games that you want to play, like Crackdown 3 or State of Decay 2 or whatever else comes down the road, then you go back and play your Xbox. Like, it really does sound absurd and ludicrous for somebody to say, I'm going to get rid of
They'll be back on Gears when they finish it, man. Mark my words.
I tell you this, Hebot, you see how you just said that? J-Lo's playing the game on PlayStation right now.
Yeah, he's playing it. Guess what? He's playing it through my account because I bought it and we're sharing it. And he not playing for that donkey dick. So,
ooh, that's fire.
Listen, anyway, check this out. But I bought the game on Xbox too, so I got it. I supported that game. Ain't no motherfucking question here about supporting shit. So anyway, like I was trying to say was that also to that point that you said that don't make no sense because why wasn't that same mentality applied with PlayStation 4 when they had a sparse lineup? Why couldn't people be like, I'm just trading in my PlayStation until they actually get better games or more games, and I'll stay on my Xbox because they are.
You know what's hilarious, Hebot? That's what I did. I traded my PlayStation in 2014 when they had that drought.
I did that too.
Yep.
I did that too.
After Infamous, there was nothing. I was just like, okay.
Man, there was nothing. You're right, Jay.
I bought it when Uncharted came out.
Right.
Well, I bought it a few months after Uncharted. Yeah, and Street Fighter.
I did the same thing, but see, that's what I'm trying to say. Why they didn't use that same mentality when it was PlayStation?
Oh, you know, the biases and the media and the Sony fanboys, none could go wrong, bro. Nothing.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about even with the Xbox dudes, bro.
The Xbox dudes wasn't using that.
Because that's what that right there tells me. No, they would say, oh, it's there, it's just collecting dust. Don't trade the motherfucker in until you get a game that you want to play, then you buy it.
But I tell you why though, Hebot, because in all reality, a lot of PlayStation dudes will not buy an Xbox One. They stick to their brand. They loyal to this something like that. Loyalists. They stick to their brand. Even when they were sparse, they stuck it out. They took the games, but it was resolution at the time. No matter if we say, yo, we got this game, they'll go like this. Yeah, but we got this game running in 1080p. And it's a multi-plat.
Well, at that
this game is in 1080p.
Well, at that point, it was, the multi-plats are better on the PS4, so I'll play my multi-plats there.
Exactly.
It's the same logic you can use now about Xbox One X. And they're actually real better. They're actually real difference in power. I'm going to use my Xbox for my multi-plats. I'm going to use my Xbox for my multi-plats until they get better exclusives that I like. You see what I'm saying? Because they have exclusives that just may not cater to everybody. But E-Rock, let me ask you, Don King, what does that word mean again? Good. Loyalty? Because I think that's something that everybody seems to forget what it means. I don't remember what it means.
Loyalty? Oh, man, there's no such thing as loyalty anymore. It's about the They want you. They want your Twitter. They want your Twitter feed trying to break you like they broke Zaire. They're gonna try to break you.
No, this
PlayStation. So here's the crazy thing.
You're breaking up, by the way.
Am I breaking up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, I mean, they call you guys a bunch of mindless Xbox. It's all about the mob, man. If you don't join the mob, they're going to keep fucking with Microsoft every day. The way that the if you step up DC every day, and somebody and a leader has to step up and say, Dick, we're not going to react to you. We're not going to come see your movies. Then fucking do. We'll market them in China. We'll market them in fucking Europe. We're not going to buy your Xboxes anymore. Well, don't. We'll market them in Mexico. I mean, Kaleidoscope is down in Puerto Rico. There's 3 Xboxes per household. I don't know if they have any power down there, but nobody playing those fucking Xboxes. Who cares? Who cares? Matter of fact, the video I made today about Zaire will be the last video I make about him because I'm done with the subject. Kids Move already proved that these guys don't play games. They proved it. What more do we got to talk about?
What made me cringe was I was listening to Crap Show a few days ago, and they were talking about what we were talking about, like Xbox guys, buying PS4s and selling them. I think almost every one of the panel had a PS4 and sold it. Myself included, T-Bot included, Ghostwrite.
I didn't get to sell mine because my wife bought it for me, so it was a gift from her. But still, I asked her. Still, I tell her, "Babe, you sure?" And she be like, "Oh, and look, God of War came out. Bang!" She tells me, "See, that's why you keep it. Let it get dusty. Use it for your charger, for your headsets. let it stay there. When a good game come out, you buy it that you want to play." Sega Forever, what do you got to say about what's been going on? Because I know Sega's in the building. He pulled up. Yeah, Sega's in the building. Pulled up.
Oh my God, Sega! You see that? Shenmue remaster.
Oh yeah, Shenmue coming to Xbox One. Yeah.
Shenmue
remaster. What it do? Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Old games, bro. Old games. Remember, guys. Old games.
Oh, so Shenmue's really coming out?
Hey man, sorry.
Yeah. The remaster collection is coming for all consoles.
Oh man, look at that.
What's up, Sega?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Sega, do your thing, bro.
Sega was helping me in the comment section earlier.
I just watched. I'm like, I do agree with. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give him a shout out. 84 Neil Bone. He put. I think it's a waste to keep trading in systems. Just buy both and keep both is how I feel. I agree with him. Why? After a while, those consoles cost a lot. Even if it's $400, that's $400 less dollars that you got in your pocket. You feel me?
Right.
You buy it and keep that.
I only mentioned it because of what they're saying. Oh, I'm gonna sell it. I'm like, dude,
don't sell it.
We didn't have that same mentality when it was PlayStation. No, y'all play was I'll play my multiplex on the PlayStation and I'll play my exclusives on the Xbox that are coming out. That's what y'all were saying at that point. You know what I'm saying? But now it's different. That's why I brought it up. But he's right. There's no sense. You just keep them. You use them when you use them, and then you don't use them when you don't use them. It is what it is.
What you think, Sega?
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, sorry, I gotta do something real quick, man. I'll jump back in.
Don't worry.
A little bit.
Do your thing, bro.
All right, bro. Thanks.
He sounds nice and clear too. Damn.
Yeah, he does. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, man, like what Joe was talking about, Eva. Like I got it. It's still there, and I could have had the Pro, and I was thinking about buying a Pro. Actually buying it. But then I'm like, it makes no sense comping a Pro when I already got a PlayStation. You understand? That's more money I got to kick out my pocket. So I'm like, I'd rather use it for something else. Now, God of War's coming out. I was going to buy. I ain't going to lie. I was thinking about getting the Pro, but even though the console's not my type, it's ugly, but just to get it. But then I thought about it. I could spend $130 to get the statue and everything with it and the game. Or, I was talking to my wife. She want to get me that as a gift because I ain't going to come out my pocket and buy that. You feel me? So my wife is going to get me some because I usually buy my wife stuff. So my wife looks out for me. So she was like, babe, you really want it? You got to pre-order it us. But I'm debating on it because I'm not really a PlayStation dude like that. I'm more of an Xbox gamer. So 9 out of 10, I'm playing on Xbox. Whether it's Call of Duty or any other game, I just decide to pop in because I got tons of freaking games. Whenever I feel in the mood, like to play anything, I got it. Like, I don't care. Like, and this is the platform, my preferred platform I be on. I got my friends right here. I got my family members that play it, and my wife and my son. Like, my son talks trash. He comes at me sometimes. He want to 1v1 me and how you say it? Tom Clancy's I'm not nice in that game like that. I'm good, but I can't compete with him. But yeah, he's gonna smoke me. But it's all right. He keep asking for it, so you know, Pop Duke's got to try to give him that butt whipping. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I think, you know, the son might win this time around. But I enjoy this console, and meeting y'all guys, I enjoy it. It's like I became cool with y'all and became friends with y'all. That's what's unique about this console. You get to meet people from different places. Look, J Long is in Florida, but I consider J Long a friend, not just somebody I just.
Black Spartan's in the UK, bro.
Yeah, Black Spartan's another one, like Little Spartan, Young Spartan. You know, he's Jamaican. What the bumbo clot? But look, he out here, Rasta. But you know, the young Rasta out there. Look, a lot of us is all over the states. You know what I mean? Like, and it's a dope thing getting to know people. After a while, you get built friendships. You know, and that's what's dope about being on Xbox. It's not only about playing games. It's about playing games and meeting people and getting a bond and a little friendship with them. That's how I feel, man. And I've been enjoying my console ever since 2013 when I copped it, even though they say it was underpowered. We took grenades. I'm still in the fight in this Xbox community thing, and I'm glad I got a little voice in it. Everybody here got a voice, and we just speak our opinion. To say we damage controlling is bull. Like, are we realists? We just keeping it real, and we saying how we feel. If you don't like that, then
another perspective is consider damage control ghosts, man. Let's be real.
When I met J Long is one of the realest you can meet. J Long coming at bang bang. J Long came out of nowhere. He made one of the best coming at videos I ever seen in my life on YouTube.
Exposed.
And he exposed this dude named what was his name? I'm gonna put him out there because the dude and me kind of got into a little debate on things. I forgot his name. You ended his career so fast. It's like how I seen him and then I didn't see him. You feel me? Like you smoked him. The dude ain't know what to do.
My friend King Hydra.
King Hydra got smoked so bad. He gave up his PlayStation, bought an Xbox, didn't know what to do, got rid of the Xbox, he ain't got no console. Just put it that way. He shut him down. Well, him and his
I'm guilty of doing that to certain people, but it's just
like over.
Yeah.
J Long's a fishy. Like I give it to Jay, and ever since then, J Long's been a real good friend. He never stabbed me in the back. Like I got stabbed in the back on the RectX, you know. Kalada's another boy of mine.
Fredo.
Yeah, and he kept it real. And Master Chief and Darth Merkham. And if y'all listening in, man, thanks for being real friends and keeping it real. Even though Master Chief go crazy, but that's how he is. I know how he is, and I got a little bond with them too. And there's a lot of dudes I met, guys. Besides, look, Ebot. I went to see Ebot. I know Ebot's family. You know, me and my wife. I know my wife met his wife. Been chilling. The man broke bread. Me and him chilling, drunk together and all that. Like it is what it is. Ebot's like family to me now.
It's fake. It's fake. We made it up.
It ain't fake. It ain't fake. That wasn't fake. When I went to his house,
Spartan might go to New York.
And if Spartan come and he could come chill with me, the ghost with the most. I don't know. I don't smoke no more of that. You know, I don't get that toke. But I gave that up because of my construction job. But if he want to throw down a drink or something, we could do that. Like I can't wait to meet what's his name Megatron. You know, Megatron. We were supposed to link up. Meet Megatron. Yeah. And Jay, if I do take a trip to see my cousin in Florida, I told my cousin already I would like to go pass by and check my boy J Long. You know what I mean? And I got little plans, Jay. Like I'm moving, you know, trying to do vacation time, and at least I could come see you, you know, and show love with each other. Like, and this is how you get a real good bond with people. E-Rock, you too. He about to say something about you might be linking up with him. I might pass by and check you out, E-Rock. And we chill. The Dark King of Xbox, the ghost with the most, and the most local man on motherfucking YouTube. He crazy, Mr. Local himself. But yeah, man, like, and that's what it's about. It's about building friendships.
I was trying to get in touch with E-Rock, but I haven't had the luck because they're gonna do some retro gaming thing in his area. With retro gaming, and he's not far off. I was thinking of driving down and meeting up with.
Yo, man, that'd be dope. That'd be dope, man. Do that. It's here for a couple of months. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
it's called Game Masters. It's at the Franklin Institute. It's here for a couple of months.
Yeah. Since you're only about
we bought it up.
Oh man, he turned into that bot real quick.
That was a brutal bot. Damn. He lost his soul there.
The TV, you heard that? He lost his soul right there. The bot really came out of him. They're going to say you damage controlling Ebot over that.
man, this whole podcast is damage control, and you damage control, and he damage
control. And just because we're not regurgitating the same single player, we need single player, that bullshit rhetoric is damage control. I'm just giving you the other side of the coin. Coins have two sides.
Exactly.
Different side of the story.
I mean, let's get to it, man. We all, every last one of us, every last one of us, arguing about Turks.
Whoa, they're getting my boys. They buying. Look, he bought. Whoop, zipped out. They got him. They smoked him.
Yo, hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Bye, yeah.
Smoke man on YouTube, son. Everybody want him in the Twitter streets, the YouTube streets. They hate this man.
I was thinking that maybe I can hook up and Ghost could come down and we could drive to you.
Oh, bro, anytime, bro.
And hook up to go to that retro shit.
Megatron, if you out there, you already know. You got my number, I got yours, bro. I'm about to hit you up too. I haven't spoken with Megatron
but if it wasn't
in a
imposing, if we weren't imposing, you know, because I know you have plans with your friend, and we wasn't imposing, it'd be cool to join you, and we could hook up and do, you know, spend the day, you know, in that retro thing.
Sounds epic.
Jay, I wish you was close, bro. I got so many games Jay borrowing. I wish, you know what I mean? Yeah, take whatever you want, bro. Like I told you, Jay, like you always kept it real with me, son. Like you never that. I even talked with my wife, and you know, you had talked behind the scenes. Like you always kept it official with me, bro. That's why I go to war for your ass on this shit.
Dude. Ghost is a genuine dude.
I go to war for your ass, Jay, on this YouTube shit. Talk shit like.
Speak on these Xbox, man. Be real with this. I know y'all trying to be reserved because y'all gentlemen. You know, Ghost Rider used to be a hoodlum, man. I want you to be a hoodlum again. Y'all, come on, man. Y'all ain't gotta bite your tongues. Y'all done already made it. It is what it is. Like these Xbox, this Xbox community. I mean, you know, a lot of y'all cats out here. To me, y'all disappointing, and I'll explain why y'all disappointing. Y'all disappointing because they've always been jealous of y'all, man. Ever since the 360 days, they've always been jealous of Xbox Live. They've always been jealous of your Halo or your Gears of War, okay? Despite the fact that they had masterpieces over there like God of War and The Last of Us, they've always been jealous of y'all controller. They've been jealous of y'all for having 4K Blu-ray playback on a console that you bought and paid $500, which you're supposed to have. They've always been jealous of y'all because the games were gold. Did y'all get $190 some months of free games each month? They've always been jealous of y'all. They jealous of y'all because of EA Access. They jealous of y'all now because y'all get y'all exclusives for free on Game Pass. They always been jealous of y'all. Ghost, J Long, Sega, T Reaper. They always been jealous of y'all niggas. But somehow, I want y'all to hear me out because I'm trying to figure this out. Somehow, they let God of War and they let Spider-Man take away their heart. Something that was okay. Y'all got a couple of games. So what? We got all of this. If you look what we got, Stack the Biggest Stairs. They are still behind. Okay, they are still behind. Microsoft maybe have one less game a year as long as they keep giving us what they've been giving us. Okay, Game Pass and getting exclusives for free through Game Pass. That kind of shut any argument up right then and there. Somehow,
for real.
Zaire allowed them Xbox, those four-legged beasts, those pony, to take his somehow, gamers that Xbox, they gotta get quality. Y'all ain't getting quality. Again, I can't help it. Y'all can't read a map or a comments. That's not Ghost Rider's fault. That's not the fault. Y'all asked for something different. Y'all asked for something new. Y'all asked for something that wasn't a sequel or had anything innate or connective tissue to any previous game. They gave y'all CSV.
Hey, E-Rock, please fix your audio, is what the guy's saying.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Is that you sound far, Papa. It sounds like you go far and then come close and then come far. And then that's what it sounds like, E-Rock.
Can you hear me now?
It's like you go far and close. Are you on the phone, E-Rock?
No, man. I'm on this headset you bought me. You know, this technology is fucked up. But anyway, But listen, man, like everybody.
Oh, that's better. That's better. Yeah.
Stop all this bullshit, man. Y'all letting these guys take. Y'all letting these guys take your soul at the. They're supposed to be gamers. They're supposed to be Xbox gamers. Y'all wasn't never. Y'all supposed to have y'all brother like me. Y'all supposed to have y'all shields up at 300. When the arrows came, and that dude was like, "Our arrows will blot out the sun." And my nigga Michael Fassbender said, "Then we'll fight in the shade." You're not fighting in the shade. You're being a bunch of bitches. I'm embarrassed now to be associated with the Xbox gamers. Not y'all guys here, but a lot of these guys, man, on Twitter. Oh well, maybe Phil should give us a roadmap. Man, y'all don't need no roadmap. If I was in charge of Microsoft, I wouldn't give y'all shit.
You know what I call roadmaps? I call those spoilers. And who wants spoilers for anything?
Right.
I mean, first of all,
I kind of want my spoilers. That's kind of what I want right now.
Oh, you crazy?
That's what I was asking everybody on Twitter for. I was asking for it. But
see, I ain't gonna lie.
So Sony basically made sure that no spoilers could come out, and it's so freaking annoying because I'm like, I want these spoilers, please.
Oh, I know what you mean. About God of War, right?
It could be a good
spoilers,
thing. It could be a
it's
good
gonna
thing.
be the TV, but you're gonna pull that card on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that card if it doesn't get pulled by Thursday. I'm gonna pull that card.
You got it.
Spoilers. I agree, but like it's spoilers for E3. That's what I mean.
Oh,
like, why would you?
No, that I don't want spoilers for. That I don't want spoilers.
That I don't want that because
for E3. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, another thing.
But here's the thing. Guys, here's the thing. Remember, Reaper, remember this. Spoilers are good, but they could also work against you because look what happened when they showed Crackdown. Look what happened when they showed Scalebound. Microsoft, no matter what they do, and that's the real fact, they always get the worst end of the stick every time. Because when they showed those games, and then Phil was honest because he didn't lie. He said, "Look, we canceled Scalebound. We had to. There was a reason. It was going to take too long. They couldn't finish the production. Whatever the case may be, they did that, and then everybody hated on them. They showed Fable Legends. I personally thought it was really cool and dope and different in direction. But a lot of people that were Fable enthusiasts and real fan loyalists didn't like the change. And Phil saw that, so he said, "You know what? Let's just cancel it. Let's break it apart. Let's start all over with probably something fresh and new." That's why they actually, I think, was re-trademarked Fable, the IP or whatever. And I guess another thing I was going to tell you guys that a lot of people didn't bring up that they kind of snuck in there. I guess they re-trademarked Blinks the Time Sweeper because they had lost that, and now it's backwards compat. The only way they could have done that is they re-trademarked it. You see what I'm saying? Which a lot of people didn't see that, I guess, but they didn't point that out. So again, T, I get what you're saying, and see, you can say that, I can say that, J Long, Ghost, E-Rock, whoever's in this panel can say that because we are mature enough, realistic enough, and competent enough to understand that if they show a game early, it doesn't mean it's coming out tomorrow. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The same way we're also competent enough, okay, regardless of what people may think about you and hate on you because you like to be a fucking troll and they don't understand that you just like trolling, okay? And you can't be taken, and that you can't be taken serious. And that you can't be taken seriously because you're a fucking clown, okay? That if
just for fun.
That if they say something, right, and then they cancel it, like in the case of Scalebound, we understood that if it was canceled, even though we were all heartbroken because Scalebound looked incredible, there must have been a fucking reason. Because there's no way in hell you're going to cancel a game that looked potentially to be your best game of that generation on your console for no fucking reason. Nobody does that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody. Unless there's a legitimate, valid, hard-pressed reason why they had to do it. But Phil's not going to come out and say the reason why because he has class. He's a gentleman. He is a professional. He is not going to say why. But I will tell you this. Hideki Kamiya is very vocal and don't give two shits. He always expresses himself when he don't like something. And when they did that, all you heard from Hideki Kamiya was crickets. And then I think a week or two later, he said, "I'm sorry to the fans." So obviously, it wasn't because of Microsoft's fault. Because he would have been very, very vocal. You see what I'm trying to say?
He would have been freaking flipping out on Phil Spencer if it was.
Yeah, of course. Of course. He would have said Microsoft is a terrible company to work with and all that other shit. And inclusively, Phil Spencer said, on top of all that nonsense, we would love to work with with Platinum Games again if we get the opportunity. It's not a problem. It's not out of the cards. Okay? He still was genuine enough and professional enough to go out and say those words in Twitter and on social media and in interviews. That's why I said people only listen and hear what they want to hear. But when he says those other little things, when he said that, I didn't hear that. I was like, I know I did. I saw it, so how come you did it? Because all they do is try to look for the negative instead of the positive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the difference between gamers that are Xbox fans like us here on the panel, or gamers that are saying they're Xbox fans, but that they get easily swayed and bothered because of the fanboy and the dumb media shit or whatever it is. That's negative against Xbox.
Yeah, but you know what? But the thing that I've noticed over the years is like those type of people, they haven't been in these YouTube streets long enough to know the difference to when someone is trolling you and to when someone is being serious. You have to be around here long enough to understand this is how it goes year after year. Doesn't matter if it's 2015, it doesn't matter if it's 2016, it doesn't matter if it's 2017, it doesn't matter if it's 2018. It happens every single year.
Good point, T. Good point.
It happens on clockwork. Now, if you just got into this gaming streets and no one told you that's
different.
That's different. But, you know, because I can think of a couple named characters right now that walked into that, thought everybody was being serious, and then blocked everybody. So because the person who trained that person to be a YouTuber did not tell them every year we throw jabs at each other, every year we go back and forth. This is part of the way it is. This is YouTube. Welcome to YouTube. And no one tells these people that, and then they automatically think what you say is serious, and they take you seriously, and then automatically block you.
Part of that
communication.
Part of that is because it's hard to differentiate with some people. Because, like, for example, everybody think, that we hate Gen, that we're enemies when we never had any.
We don't hate the dude.
We talk to Next Gen. We have him on Facebook. We talk to him on the phone. We know him on a more personal level. I'm not saying we talk to him every day, but we basically known him for the last 3 years and talked to. We don't have no beef with him, right?
And every year he does pull something like this. He doesn't always do it just like this, right? But he does it to a certain way where it bends more subs to his account because everybody takes him serious. But it gets to a point where that's what I was just telling Bone in the Bone in the comment section. Is it gets to the point where if you do something long enough, it comes off in the wrong. People will eventually conceive that you're telling the truth.
Right.
And that's where Next Gen is like in right now. Is like everybody thinks he was being serious, but he's still on Xbox. I see him daily on Xbox. This dude does not leave his Gears of War ever. This dude is married to it. Okay, trust me. The dude is box. He's not gonna pick up Last of Us. He's not gonna pick up Uncharted. Trust me, he's not.
But nobody here is what you call it, is naive or unaware that Next Gen loves God of War.
Yeah,
he loves God of War. He's gonna play God of War, and then
he's gonna play that into next year. I'll give him that. He'll play that.
He's gonna play God of War, and then he's not gonna even bother with Detroit because he don't like Telltale games or games like Beyond because he never played none of the other ones. That we all know that. Okay, and then he might play Spider-Man or might not, or might buy it and just play it for five minutes to half an hour and not touch it because he has a specific type of game that he plays. For crying out loud, he says he loves the Forza series. And I don't even think he's played part 3 that much. He's only played it a little bit.
I ain't gonna lie. She do like fighters too. She was fighting on Street Fighter 2. I remember that. She like fighters.
He likes basketball. He likes sports games, and that's fine. But the point I'm trying to say is that he likes God of War because he really likes the fucking game, the brand. He likes God of War, the game, and that's okay. Nobody's saying that he can't like it. We don't give a fuck if he wants to play because I said I like God of War. It's my favorite Sony IP. Okay, period.
Mine too. Now that Jack and Dexter doesn't exist, yes, it is my favorite IP.
Well, I like Jack and Dexter too.
I feel like second favorite. They shouldn't attack Z for something that he likes. No, Leave him alone. This is what I'm trying to say. Like
for something he likes, and something. There's nothing wrong with playing where you want to play. It's just the way Z did it was kind of
It's the way. It's what you said, Z. It's what you said, T. Is that what you just said? What you just said, that since he's been doing this for so long, it's going to come to a point where people are not going to be able to distinguish if he's being serious or if he's just being satire.
People aren't going to be able to distinguish reality from fact. They're not going to be. They're not going to be able to.
And that's what the problem is right now. I think you hit that right on the money. To be honest with you, I think that's what it is.
And
right.
You know how I feel, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Who cares if he didn't like playing this game or that game? Who cares? That's that man's business. This is how I see it, guys. We all got our games that we prefer and we like, and we got games that you might buy or something. You play a little, and you might not even play it. Who cares? At the end of the day,
I know I just purchased the game. I didn't like it for the first 3-4 missions of the game, so I stopped playing it.
But I bought Extinction. I got robbed for $60.
Do not buy that game.
Thank you,
buy that game. Do not buy
that game. Is not worth $60. It's more worth like $20. Take it from T Reaper and Ghost. If you ain't play, I streamed it once, and I actually looked at my wife like I feel like going back to the store. And say,
you sounded upset when you did.
I'm like, yo, we can hear it in your voice.
You seen it, right, Jay? You heard it in my voice at the end.
Yeah, when you streamed it, you could tell that you wasn't too happy with it.
I wasn't. That was the death of Extinction to me. Because if I had a grenade, I would have blew it up. Boom! Get that shit out my damn collection.
I mean, and it was all catered around the timing of saving the civilians, though. That's what it was timed around. It wasn't timed around the chain reaction. It wasn't timed around the executions. It was timed around the fact that the mission will fail if you do not save everybody within a time limited time. But there's no way to find out where everybody is, so you can't do it. It's like it practically pushes you into a corner that you can't do anything about. It's just like that's just bullshit.
You're right, T. You got to try to get these locks off these big giant troll like orcs, and then you got to run here and get the little mini ones for killing the people. It takes time to like make them disappear. Then you got to run over here while they destroying buildings. So you got to stop these big giants from destroying the kingdom and save the people. So while you doing that, these big things is knocking buildings over. So it's like if you're damn, if you don't, like it's crazy. T Reaper's right. You're right, T.
Yeah, I was so.
True, I ain't mad, T. I lost 60.
Yeah, I'm really mad because I was really excited to play that, and then I played it for like 4 missions. And I was like, no, I can't do it. I just dropped it. I was like, no.
You gotta hear my voice, T. Reaper at the end. I was like,
but look, here's the biggest difference of what you guys just said right there. At least you guys went out, bought the game, supported it, played it, and realized that maybe it's dog doo-doo for you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the point.
But you guys actually, I couldn't return it, and I wasted like $80-something on it.
I wasted 60. T Reaper spent more than me.
Did you buy it digitally?
I bought it digitally, and I can't return it.
No. Call Xbox. You
I did. One
refund a year.
See, when my UK friend when I tried gifting him the Call of Duty thing, it was region locked, so they had to refund my purchase, and they said that was a one-time refund for the entire month.
You didn't know about it.
But see, if I was to go to Microsoft and say I bought this game but I don't like it, here you can have it back, they're gonna be like, no, they're not gonna do that.
Well, you should try. You should try because
I've tried that once before, and they said
no. I know. T, listen to me. Hear me out. I know, but since you legitimately had no control over the fact that you didn't know that the first time you got refunded was because it was region locked, they should take that into consideration. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you explain that to them, I'm pretty sure they can work something out with you because they're good for that. But you got to tell them, I got a refund already, but it was because I didn't know that this was region locked and I was trying to gift the game to my friend. It was out of my control. But I would like to get a refund on this game because I don't like the game and I just bought it only 2 days ago and I don't like it. I don't want it. And they'll probably still refund you. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
You should explain it to them because I've done that with them with a lot of different scenarios, and they've always given me no hard time. As long as you explain to them, and they say, it's valid, it makes sense. They don't give you a hard time. They don't do that.
Yeah.
So you should try it because $60 is still $60. Damn, it's different.
It was actually $80. So.
Oh my God, you bought
I bought the deluxe edition too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You usually do that with all your games. I forgot. Oh my God.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, T. They got you and they got me. I'm still mad about that.
That shit is expensive. Wow, that's well. I heard that the game feels unfinished, like it should have been an indie.
It doesn't feel unfinished. It just feels the way that they programmed it. It doesn't feel like a regular person could complete it. Like I don't see how someone can do that. Like because you're timed practically every single time. Plus, there's not really a decent story arc to it. There's the story doesn't really exist there. It's just you just go in there, you kill titans or orcs, whatever they're called, and that's basically what you do. And they get harder as
is that Iron Galaxy has never been known to do games. What they do is they tweak up existing games, like what, like you know, like they did with Killer Instincts and shit like that. This was their first real outing, which is mind-boggling to me because if they knew that,
they should have went all out.
If they knew that, what they should have done was ask for help from another developer with experience, or at the very least, they should have brought the game out for $30 because you know, in digital only.
You know who I blame? I blame Adam Boyes.
Why? He's part of that?
Yeah, he's the head of Isn't he the head of Iron Galaxy, or was it Double Helix?
Yeah, I know he works for some department that's close to Xbox. I know that.
He works for Iron Galaxy.
I'm not sure.
What game are you guys talking about? Talking about?
The Extinction Sega. Extinction.
Sega.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Not buy it, bro. Do not buy that game. Me and T Reaper got raped. No Vaseline, son. They ran up on us like, yo, come here, man.
So okay? Because when I left out of here, you guys was talking about how bad God of War is.
Oh no, God of War wasn't bad. We're not saying bad. No, hell no.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad.
We're not gonna say it ain't bad. Hell no. God of War is a good
not yet, at least.
Not yet. Nobody knows yet.
He's trolling. Is that what you say hearing Sega for?
My God, they would have crucified us. You hate us.
Wow, they crucifying us now. What you talking about, dude? I'm not even saying this.
I know.
For this game. Just my title alone, Xbox All In. So, oh man, you must hate
yes, sir.
Oh, you know you getting trolled.
Yeah.
A name like that, they gun it for you.
Oh yeah.
I guess that officially confirms that Shenmue 3 should not be exclusive also because we're getting the remasters. So
exactly.
You know,
it's coming.
It should be coming.
I mean, I just don't want a $2 game. Meaning that we got caught by extinction.
Oh, this guy. Roll with the.
It's Shenmue 3 is $30, man. So.
Dude, hey, Ghost, you better hold on to your wallet then.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I got a good one. I was like, yeah, I got this game. When I bought Far Cry 5, I'm like, yo, hold on, Extinction came out. I'm like, yo, both of them at the same time. I'm like, get that game right there. I should have went with my instinct. Ghost, just walk out and leave that shit on the shelf. And what Ghost do? Nah, this is for my YouTube channel and for the guys. I'm gonna put this out, something different.
No, but at least you played it and bought it.
Like a boom. When I went in there and I seen his lips wasn't moving. Yeah, sir. You got to go over here. Yeah. And this and that. I said, what type of your boy Ghost bought right here? I said, come on, man.
Oh, that was the game you're playing in your video.
Yeah, what?
You could tell when he was playing it, he wasn't happy or too happy. Yeah.
I was, Sega. I got killed like a couple of times. I was getting pissed off. I got smashed. I cut his leg off. His leg grows back. Like, come on. And then I'm pressing the button.
Hunter was bitching about it too. Hunter was bashing the shit as well.
Yeah, Hunter got it too and bashed it. Like, it was a waste.
That's too bad because I was kind of
yeah. Don't buy that game.
Don't buy that game. I'm telling you, right? Save your money. If you ain't got Far Cry 5, at least spend it on Far Cry 5.
Yeah, at least get Far Cry 5 because that's more.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it's more worth it.
And I still haven't gotten Monster Hunter. And
Monster Hunter is good too. I played it, but I haven't played with the fellas. I played with me and my wife. I beat some rock monster. Like Khalad told me, I gotta get up my gear. Cause I got into it. But then when you get into it and you playing by yourself, I should have played with the fellas. And I'm like, if I play with the fellas,
I haven't played it. You don't feel
I'm gonna fight monsters in the week.
Together. Me, you, and Sego at least. J-Lo, he fucking lived on that shit. He murdered that shit.
Yeah, I beat that game way quicker than anybody. But that's because I did it solo and stuck with only a few armors.
But that's why I don't go on the community threads, man. It's just people playing games I want to play. I just say, screw you guys. I don't go in there. I don't want to see your videos. I don't want to see your snapshots.
With Monster Hunter, I'm like the guy who eats fast, man. Some people eat their food to enjoy it, like Black Spartan, Merc Chief. I fucking chowed that shit down quick.
Like T Reaper does the same thing too. He never.
Yeah, I do, but I never actually finished it.
He never enjoys his meal. He just sucks it up and say, "Fuck you, come eat."
You know what's cool? Just like Far Cry 5, you can actually fish.
Well, that was pretty cool. I mean, I didn't necessarily like the joystick with the fishing and whatnot, but it was a fun story. I mean, it was like only like 20 something hours long. It was a nice run. I enjoyed it, and I did it. I see some of my friends do all the bosses simultaneously. I just did one. I did John, Faith, Jacob, Joseph, and then it was just like
that's what I'm following. I'm going up the line. I went downward towards John. Now I'm going to the right.
See, when that whole thing with Z was happening like 2 weeks ago, I was like, the Far Cry 5 it just came out, so I'm like, yo, how can I make this really funny and not sound really, really stupid? So I basically put a preaching thing from Far Cry 5, and I made Z basically be the person I was talking to as the preacher. So I was like, yo, that's really funny. That was the
guys, Xbox just put something up 1 minute ago. It was like a little trailer where a guy goes up to a drive-thru, right? He's like, oh, Game Pass, and he starts hanging them like a Happy Meal of freaking Tomb Raider, of Halo 5, of Crackdown, of Sea of Thieves. This shit is hilarious.
It is,
man.
So I confirmed Crackdown's coming this year. They put it here.
Yo, but at least we got exclusives. At least we got some exclusives coming.
And at least the exclusives will last longer.
That's what I said. They have longevity. They got longevity, man.
I say they got more fun factor as well.
And fun factor.
Because they're co-op.
Yeah, you can play together. You can play by yourself. You can play on a multiplayer component, you know. They cater to all.
Doesn't God of War have multiplayer?
No.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Multiplayer, one controller. Have your friend press the square button.
We can play multiplayer if we share the controller. Yeah, take turns. Hold on. I couldn't pass it. Oh, yeah, take turn.
Don't the consoles have the thing where you could put mirror the controllers, like put two controllers to control the same one for disabled?
Yeah, that's how you play co-op right there.
So you can have somebody press the square button for you. You can have somebody press the square button for you when they shoot arrows.
Or somebody can play the kid throwing the arrows while you play with the great.
Your guys, I'm on Twitter, right? And they got Sagade Lucifer put at Zaire 2005. Laugh out loud. He got Zaire's head with a gun pointing at a Super Lucky Tails, and it says, "Wait."
Lucky Tails is dope, bro. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, that's a dope ass game, dude.
Yeah, it's really solid, dude.
Yo, that was funny.
Oh, you won't know that unless you play it.
I'm a Mario fan. That's why I said this.
Yeah. No, but
these guys were shitting on Mario earlier.
Dude, if you like platformer, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, sorry, but if you like those PlayStations from back in the day, those platformers, man, you love Lucky. That's why I don't trust these dudes, man. You would love Super Lucky's Tale because it takes the best stuff about all those games and rolls it up into one, and it updates it, and the graphics.
Like Spyro, like Crash, it has the same type of elements.
Yeah,
E-Rock, you hear?
E-Rock, I think he's
bounced out.
Nah, E-Rock, yeah, he's muted right now. Not by me, but he muted himself. But yo, you know what game, guys? And what game I would like to see them bring out? The Legend of Kane.
Which one?
Remember the vampire? Kane?
Oh, yeah.
You don't know that old school game?
Legacy
of Kane? Yeah. But the other one was his brother. Remember when Kane ripped his wings off and kicked him in the tunnel?
Yeah.
And he burnt up? That game was tight. I liked that game.
Was Legend of Omen.
Yeah, they should. Microsoft snatch that up. Even do your thing, man. Like there's dope games you could bring back, man. And
matter of fact, Legend of Kane. The Legend of Kane. I got a figure of it.
That's fire, bro. Like that's another one you could bring back. A new storyline, revamp that.
Was that Legacy of Kane?
Legacy of Kane, yeah. And the other one where he had he was just a skull head. He was a vampire. And his older brother was Kane. He got to kill him. And he going after him. You fighting your brothers and they gigantic vampire type. I don't know if it was coming out the wall, the ceiling or something. His younger brother, and it was huge, like a monster and stuff like that. That was dope when I played that. But it was on. I ain't gonna lie, guys. That was on the PlayStation. When I played the brother when he fell through the tunnel hole, he was burning.
No, but yeah, PlayStation's had PlayStation, especially the 2, at least for me, had a ton of great games, man. It's just not the same. We're in like 2018 right now, man. It's not the same system. If you grew up playing PlayStation like we did, dude, it's not. They don't have that. They don't have the variety, right? I mean, they have a bunch of games and stuff like that, but the quality. I mean, they had like a lot of AA titles on the PlayStation and AAA on that PlayStation 2.
They have more handouts back then. Now they only got Japanese handouts, but they had American, European handouts, all that shit. They didn't have to pay for any of that shit.
Yeah. But that's not the case nowadays, man. Look, they took God of War and they changed it so much.
Yeah, they did it a lot. It's not a hack and slash no more.
Look, Ghost, watch.
T. Reaper show the funniest thing ever.
Look, Ghost. Look.
Yeah, I can see you.
Look, pay attention. See it?
Yeah, that's the character.
Yeah, that's a figure I have.
Oh man, when I tell you figures, He-Bot got figures for days.
Look, the flame torch. No, I'm just showing it because every time I say I have something, people are like, yeah, you know you don't.
Nah, He-Bot, I seen your library and your stuff. Woo!
He-Bot can start his own Toys R Us if he wanted.
Yeah, he got He-Man. He got He-Man to Wally Cat. He got everything, bro. And not including he got the consoles too to back it up. Games, mad games to that shit too.
Nah, I don't
and that's why
I just got 2,000 covers empty.
That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people think He-Bot ain't got.
Yeah, he got no discs and
he ain't got no discs.
All those covers out. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Printed the covers out and put them in a case. Wow.
That would have been the best thing when I put on Twitter every Insomniac game and Spider-Man game that I have. And when I tell cats, yo, show me your shit, and they told me PS Vita Spider-Man, I'll be laughing. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, what the hell?
I mean, Spider-Man came relevant, man, when everybody now wants Spider-Man because it's a big deal now that it's PlayStations. And I feel like, where was all these people at when it was on the Xbox and PlayStation? Nobody was talking about Spider-Man like that.
Yeah, go ahead.
And the last one was dope, man. Fuck what you heard.
Yeah, the last one was cool as fuck. But
He-Bot actually said that was better than Arkham before it was exclusive. I'm like, yo, He-Bot, you bug it. But then I played it. I'm like, yo, this is actually really fucking good.
That's what I told you. But the first one was even better, and nobody really played it because it only sold 800,000 copies. Okay, across the board. So, and then Amazing Spider-Man tied into a movie when the story has nothing to do with the movie. They only have one line saying, "Just like the Lizard Man." That's the only reference to the movie. Okay?
But that's the thing, bro. I mean, a lot of the games never really referenced anything. You know, you want to do because you want the games to be bigger, at least for the Spider-Man games, and you have such a gallery of villains that they would incorporate everything into it. You know, and that's the thing that gets me about a lot of people because you know they're excited about the game now, but this Spider-Man's been around for years, man. I remember playing it, my friend playing it on the Sega CD. Dude, that was one of my favorite Spider-Man games. And the reason why I liked it is because I'm a comic book guy. And you could actually go around the game and collect all the comic book covers.
Yeah, that's one of my... Spider-Man has always been one of my favorite characters.
One dope thing about Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the comics you collect, you can actually read them.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Plus, in part 2, they had a really cool reference because they put Stan Lee in the game, like he ran the comic book shop.
Yeah, you save Stan Lee, and then you go to his store and you could buy like upgrades and whatnot.
Owner, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
That's where you do the challenges.
So that's what I mean. Like I agree with He-Bot, man. He'll talk to people about this, and they'll throw up a PS Vita. Yeah, I'm not hating. I'm not trying to be an elitist when it comes to this kind of stuff. But guys like us, I mean, this stuff's been around forever. But just because, like Ghost said, it's banging on PlayStation, and they really don't have, you know, it's one of their exclusive titles or whatever. It's one of their titles that they're going to have that it gets a lot more attention than, you know, dude, if this thing was an exclusive on Xbox, you think people would be talking about it?
Nope.
Hell no.
No,
they would not. And they would bash it anyway.
Yeah, they would.
They'd probably say, why is it only on Xbox? You know the media. Spider-Man only on Xbox. Why? Oh, you hear that? Articles and everything. Yep.
Go ahead.
It kind of bugs me when Xbox guys say the Spider-Man games were trash. Like,
I remember the old school Spider-Man game I used to play. I forgot on one system where you in a park, and it was so old that you had to fight Sandman, and you had to hit the pump and bust the pump to hit him. And
was it 2D or 3D?
It was like, man, that's old school.
Was it side-scrolling 2D? Because remember they had good ones.
It was old school
Genesis. Like they had Maximum Carnage. They had Amazing Spider-Man.
I played one with like Kingpin in it too, with Fat Kid.
Yeah, they had the one in the arcade that Sega made that a lot of people don't know about. That was a beat 'em up. You could play with Namor, Spider-Man,
that was
Black Cat, and who the fuck? The first boss was Scorpion. They used to go, and used to turn from 2D and real small.
You remember this back in the day, going into the pizza shop, because you know a lot of them game systems used to be in the pizza shops. I remember going into the pizza shop, ordering a pizza, and playing Turtles in Time. Yeah. You got the little buttons and the orange one, purple, blue, red, and everybody playing that. Like, and the Simpsons.
That's how I played Pong in 1979, and it was in a laundromat where my mother went to wash clothes while I was waiting for downtime for the clothes to wash. I played Pong, and it was the one that where you sit down and it looks like a checkerboard machine, and I played it there with this other kid, a random kid that was there.
Let me tell you something. I was so young. This is way before Blockbuster was even out. I'm talking about back in the days when you go to a movie store and they rent you the movie for like a day. And you got to pay bread and they lend it to you. And it wasn't even like it was those cards, like you know, a video set that you push it in and it goes down to old VCRs.
VHS.
Yeah, VHS, VCRs. So I remember they had Super Street Fighter there. I was a kid, and this dude was a grown man, and he was playing Super Street Fighter. And I popped my quarters in. I was playing. He jumped in. So you know, at the time I used to play it, and I ain't gonna lie, I was a kid though, but look at how abusive it was. I was using block. I ain't gonna lie. I was cheesing him. I'll hit him, kick him. When he get to the wall, I hit that button and electrocute. I was ODing on him. I was cheesing him, and he would push my hand off the little joystick thing. He was hitting my hand, like pushing it off, and my mom was beeping it, and I still beat him. And he looked like he wanted to hit me, man. And I was looking at him like, you motherfucker, like, what are you doing? Like, why you hitting my hand? And he was hitting my hand on the controller. Like, look at that. You got a grown man that was picking on a little boy. Basically, that was me. I was a kid getting frustrated because I was cheesing him.
Hey, Ghost Rider, man. Or when you standing there, they start to move into your spot.
Yeah, like you know, it's two sides. I agree. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. They want to bump you away, and you gotta lean and stuff, man. I was a kid, man, and I ain't gonna lie. I used to love it when Blanco won because he used to be like with a hairy chest. And I used to OD.
I think E-Rock was trying to say something, but he was cutting up. I don't know.
Yo, E-Rock, you there?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you, man.
I mean, I heard y'all talking about Spider-Man and all that. My thing is, man, I've been gaming for a long time, man. I've been gaming since 1980. All right. I mean, as gamers, shouldn't we be asking for new shit from these?
You're right.
Shouldn't we be asking
That's for old SIP, yeah.
Yes.
I'm telling you right now, man. I didn't play no Spider-Man games to last a lifetime. If Spider-Man was coming out on Game Pass, but I mean, I was playing Spider-Man Maximum Carnage on the Genesis.
Yeah,
that's old.
Yeah, that's
man.
old.
What is this?
Good game too.
Hey, E-Rock, man. But we have been asking for new stuff until it comes out.
Yeah.
Then we ask for old stuff. That's the thing. We've been asking for new stuff. Then it comes out, then like, no, we don't like the old stuff.
You hear people, I don't want that game. That shit is trash. And when it sells 2 million, you see Sony dudes petitioning for it, and they still go, but it's trash. Give it props. It wasn't a dead IP. Thank God. You know, something good on Microsoft side.
He finished it for me, man. Like, yeah, exactly.
I've been watching your videos, man. Your videos been pretty epic, dude. Yeah,
E-Rock, you've been going in like crazy, son. You've been putting up videos.
He's not even big point, boy.
I appreciate it, guys. Even Gears of War, guys. Come on, I'm sorry, man. Gears of War and Halo is getting old. There's no way we can reinterpret the story. Now, the only reason why the superhero movies keep working is because that's our modern mythology. So, I mean, they can keep reinventing these characters over and over again. You can't do that with video games, man. You could try with Sonic and Pac-Man. Look what happened to them. Like, sooner or later, man, you gotta give us like how many more times can y'all shoot the Nazis in World War II? How many more times can you do that? We need some new stuff, games and to credit Kingdom Come Deliverance, they tried something new. It just wasn't everybody's cup of tea. And Rare quietly made a masterpiece. And you got idiots on Twitter about like Ryan McCaffrey. Shit about Microsoft needs AAAs. Like, motherfucker, you just had a AAA. It's not,
exactly.
It's not Microsoft's
you don't like it. Is that you're not? Yeah, that's not your cup of tea, right?
It's a you issue. It's not a Microsoft issue.
Well, E-Rock, real quick, not to interrupt you. Even in the Genesis,
remember, guys, too much A-Bun on Gears.
Even in the Genesis Master System, even in the arcades, when the hell did we like every single game that came out?
It never happened.
Never did. There was just some games we liked and some games we didn't. That's the bottom line. It's the same thing with the logic now with the console. You're not gonna like every game that Xbox likes, and you're not gonna like every game Nintendo likes brings out or Sony. That's just the reality of it. Well, let me rephrase that. With Sony, every game they bring out, even if it's about taking shit, it's amazing. It's a masterpiece. I'm sorry. But
that's where Xbox. I digress. To me, dude, Xbox always like they have variety, dude. You have your triple hard hitters, and then you have all these indie titles, man. You should go to the indie title store, dude. They have a bunch of stuff that's just there's a lot of variety and a lot of stuff to be had. And again, that's why I don't trust a lot of these people because I barely have time to keep up with all the games I have. And then when I hear a lot of people
say bro,
our system's trash, we don't got games, you can tell that they don't play. The difference between me and them is I don't sit up there and talk about stuff I don't know, man. But these guys definitely do, and that's the sad part about the community.
And the thing is, like Jay Long has pointed out, though, because E-Rock was just saying too, they don't have a dedicated fighter. They don't have a dedicated single-player game that you can play co-op. They don't have a benchmark racer anymore, the way that GTA used to be, right? Or Gran Turismo, right? The same way they don't have an RTS for that matter. But they're the ones with the variety because they have Japanese games, which we also have, which we're getting even more now, right? And
they got more handouts.
Right. But they get more because they have the handouts, obviously good.
You know what the problem with this game is?
They're also the preferred Japanese console because over there, they're the preferred console. Nintendo and PlayStation has always been the preferred console in Japan, but there's no such thing as sticking with their own and nationalism. Okay, but Xbox has never sold not remotely close to any of those other competitive platforms, which should tell
even
you
the Genesis.
Even the Genesis, exactly.
But here's the problem with this, and this is a problem that we've experienced ourselves because we're products of the 80s and 90s.
Right.
Is you can have all the anime in the world that you want to, and I'm glad they're bringing it because we're fans of like me and my kids are fans of the cartoons and stuff like that. But you know, they're not pushing forward is the problem.
Right.
You have all these people, especially on the PlayStation side and even on the Xbox side, that you know, it's like they want to go back, man, and they want to go back and they want things to be stale. And if they decide to do that, you know, because the Japanese market is shrinking, that's what's happening. They no longer push the narrative. So if we go back, man, this industry is going to suffer for that. So when you have a game like Sea of Thieves, like I told my friend this because he asked me, how would I recommend Sea of Thieves? And I said I agree with a lot of people online that says it's an experience. It's similar like when I watch baseball, I used to watch the Pirates.
Right.
Okay, so I used to watch the Pirates, and that's all the baseball I watched because the Pirates is my team, Pittsburgh. It wasn't until I actually went to a baseball game that I realized how much fun watching baseball was. Because I was at the park. It's an experience.
Right.
You know, you're watching it on TV, you're not getting the full effect.
That's how when you're in the stadium. Yeah, you're right. When you're in the stadium, it's fire.
I don't know what it is, bro. It's the atmosphere. It's the fans. I don't even like the two teams I went to watch, man.
The wave. Yeah. I mean, when you do the wave, that's how you see that the wave going through the whole crowd.
When I went to see my first Knicks game, I felt the same way. Like the New York Knicks, it was the same thing. It was like, wow, this is way different than it's on TV. Like,
it is.
It's crazy. But that's why E-Rock's video was so impactful, provocative, and I think, you know, brave. His last video was fucking fantastic because he made a perfect point. He said, you know, now with all this accolade with the same, you know, ritual and pattern style of game that we're used to, like, you know, with an action game like God of War, having so much accolade, will this now detract again from the developers of going forward and taking risks like Sea of Thieves, right? And making new types of things or trying different things. When, if you guys remember in the beginning of the generation, they were touting that indies were the best thing right now because they were able to take risks because they were smaller studios and they were making fantastic different
Sony pushed that hard. You're right.
But as soon as they made a AAA that was supposed to be in that same type of style because it's unique and different, it's garbage. It doesn't have enough content. It's this, it's that. You see what I'm saying? And
they were only saying that because they didn't have AAA games.
Right, exactly.
You know what, guys? I would love for Microsoft to make 2 games and at least try to lock it down. And one of them would be Castlevania.
If you press the
B, I love the Castlevania. There was a part 2 that came out when the Xbox One dropped. That I was mad. It came out for the 360. It was part 2 to the Castlevania that I loved. And I'm like, dag, I even asked Phil Spencer to bring that back to backwards compatibility. But if I was Phil, a franchise like Castlevania, I would have snatched that. It was a hack and slash. Another one that he should do is Dante's Inferno. Lock that bad boy down. That is another hack and slash that's dope. You know, it's like you can take these games and with the graphics of nowadays and put new development into it and make these games pop out like a God of War. You understand me? They hack and slash is just
they have goals. Microsoft has 3 action games that were theirs exclusively, that if they actually were able to make deals with those companies, they can bring them back out. But the problem is they're Japanese companies. You see? One being Ninja Blade. Ninja Blade is an exclusive title that basically was God of War, Ninja Gaiden in one. Okay? And in my opinion, it was better than God of War in many ways, right? When it came out. The same way they had Otagi from From Software, the people who do the Bloodborns and the Dark Souls. And they haven't done anything with Microsoft exclusively this generation, only with Sony. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They have titles they can bring back out that are old and that people really didn't even know about to reinvigorate the IP. But how can they do that if people are not willing to work with them either? And then when they do come out on the Xbox side, meaning they don't go out and buy them. Look at Hellblade. All that shit talking they were doing. Oh yeah, Sony don't buy games. Their gamers don't buy games. And Hellblade has only sold 20,000 copies since launch.
No, but it's just like Erock said in his video, man. They just do this for ammunition in their console war.
Right,
dude. It's not about the games. It's not about playing the game.
That's another part of it, right? Absolutely.
And here's another thing, dude. I was going to do a video about this. The other problem that you were looking at is Xbox guys own more than one console.
Yeah,
so we know Xbox guys that are pillars of this community. And I'm not jumping on you guys. I'm just saying, man, you guys probably went out and bought the game because you guys play games. You don't have to wait for it to come to Xbox. You just turn around, you look at your PlayStation 4, you go, okay, I got something to play on my PlayStation 4.
And you know what's a strange epidemic that's related to this? Sony gamers who are never interested in PC are now interested in PC because Xbox exclusives are on there. That's the power of Xbox.
I know what you're talking about, too.
Like, they were console gamers their entire life. All of a sudden,
I know what you're talking about, too.
All of a sudden, they know about rigs. All of a sudden, they know about rigs and shit.
You know, yo, guys, it's all about knowing about rigs. At the time, they ain't even want to buy Xbox. They'll say, I just get a PC. I just get a PC.
And the best, to add insult to injury, that the guys that do know about PCs, I tell them, what are you, retarded? You see how much a 1080i goes for right now? It's $1,000. Are you fucking stupid?
I'll even add more to that. No, I'll add more to this because this is what drives me nuts about console gamers, right? You a console gamer, you're not a PC guy, right? I'm looking at my kids, dude. My son's already gravitating towards PC.
Right.
He's like I'm looking at myself. I'm old school, and I'll be out the door pretty soon, right? I'll probably be, get to the point where you won't be playing games. This newer generation, man, they're coming up with PC.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's something, instead of focusing on the console war and stuff like that, if you truly are a console guy, you should actually think about that, man.
Yes.
So there might be a time where
you're gonna help kill the console yourself. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You're right.
Because the kids nowadays, dude, they don't play the same stuff we play. That's why people scratch their head.
No. I think Microsoft also has to get that through their head that this is the generation that you're trying to cater towards is not our generation no more. It's no longer. It's a different generation that you're trying to basically make them buy, and it's not working because you're not putting the right things in front of their face.
Well, I think they're trying to. They're just doing it wrong.
Right.
I think they realize that, but they're doing it wrong. Look, Microsoft does a lot of great stuff, and then they do some stuff that you can scratch your head. We all love Microsoft, right? I mean, we're not hating on it. We're not turning into next gen. But what it is that they do some good stuff and they do some stupid stuff. And right now they're trying to get into this PC market because I think they realize what the future is. I see my son. My son saved up like 2 years worth of money that he got because I ain't gonna pay for it. My son, he's birthday money, Christmas money. He's part Japanese, so we got like Boys Day. He even took money for Girls Day. He has no shame. I mean, this dude was taking like money left and right, dude, and he went and bought everything. And the one thing that threw a wrench in it was exactly what Hebot said, man. The damn processors went up, so now he has like a rig with no processor.
Right.
These are like $1,000, and I was clowning him a little bit. I was like, okay, well, at least I got my Xbox One.
Oh, man.
He's like hanging his face, looking at me. I felt bad, but I'm with my son. I was like, oh, you know what?
I was hanging out with some PC dudes the other day. These guys that play with PC, right? All they play is Fortnite. They straight up said, I just play Fortnite, which could be played on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. All my nieces and nephews, dude, they don't have the consoles, but they got cell phones, man. And little kids have cell phones, right? So they're all playing. Like, they're not, I would consider, gamers. You know, they come over to their uncle's house. They're like, "Oh, uncle, what is that?" And I explain it to them, but they got their phones, dude, and they all playing Fortnite on their phones with each other.
Well, that's why I don't understand that PC mindset either. Because
Jay, turn on your Xbox, you heard?
Like 90% of them, they're like, "Yo."
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro.
Like
you got
90,
it, bro.
Like 90% of them be like, "Yo, I want to play. I want the most powerful rig," and then they go and they're playing like
Jay,
like something like solitaire still on their PC.
I think he got it.
You see what I'm saying?
Check.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's go into your email, Jay.
We're just spending all that thousands of dollars in PC if all you want to play is solitaire, or Fortnite, like you just pointed out.
Well, they play League of Legends, Fortnite, PUBG, and World of Warcraft. That's probably it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like what?
Those are the real. That's the real PC gamers. The people playing Xbox games or playing Wolfenstein, that's way less than Xbox.
The core.
PG charts.
They play.
Yeah, the core, exactly.
The core plays freaking World of Warcraft, man. You got people playing that for years.
Oh man, I was just talking to some dude yesterday. Loaded. He's a WoW phenom. Like, he's been on this since 04.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's why we have loot crates.
Yeah.
That's why we have loot crates in these games.
Loaded's awesome. I
Loaded's funny.
Loaded's hilarious.
I was playing Sea of Thieves with him, yeah.
Yeah, Loaded can be if Loaded like basically took his comedy and put it into an actual video, the dude could be very popular. This dude is hilarious. That dude's hilarious.
He was a part of the World of Warcraft funeral. It's this big ass thing that happened where this like troll in World of Warcraft who killed a bunch of people. He died in real life, right? And they set up a funeral. 100 people there paying respects. So freaking Loaded and his clan come in and kill everybody.
That way there.
Guys, y'all want to hear my pit bull?
That shit made in CNN.
You're in the background.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
That's Zozo, my little what's the name of that dog? It's a Morkie. She thinks she's a pit bull fighting the cat.
Yeah.
You see the
Yeah, she in the background.
See the beam? Now you can go.
That shit was crazy. Loaded made CNN with that shit.
Wow, that's funny.
Yo, but games like Sea of Thieves, game like Scalebound, I'm not Scalebound, State of Decay, all of that got value and it's gonna sell. Yeah, that was the game I was anticipating badly, bro. I was mad at Yoshida Dodeki, whatever his name is, that Japanese guy. I was pissed.
Kamiya, yeah.
Kamiya. I was mad. I was just looking at him like, you motherfucker, talking about that's your baby, that's your prize and pride and joy.
Your dream game,
your dream game, and you leave it in the back burner. Like, come on.
But Ghost, man, that's what I was talking about earlier, dude. That's the difference. That's the difference about they have to step up, man. They're going to go big time. And a lot of the Japanese developers, dude, they don't go big time. And I'm not hating on them, dude. It's just the reality.
They're used to making, Niers and, games that look last gen, let's be real.
Or like even the anime stuff, dude. I was looking at Attack on Titan. And I'm like, dude, your anime, why don't you have that quality anime type clips inside of this game? Because that would be a selling point for people to buy. That's the reason why people buy Spider-Man, because they like the character. There's a reason why they would buy it. Attack on Titan included those kind of tips.
I'm a big fan of the Naruto games. But I noticed that I'm playing part 1. I'm like, yo, this is the same character model as in part 4.
Yeah, they don't. They're
using the same character model for years.
They don't change. They just add little things here and there. That's how they're used to doing games.
No, then they do it in increments, because I have Crunchyroll, and then when I watch Crunchyroll, man, you see some of the anime they're coming out now, especially on a 4K TV on the Xbox One X, by the way.
See the bridge?
If you watch it on there, man, the graphical quality is just kick ass. Right?
Hey, you know what anime just came out, Hebot?
Which one?
Persona 5 the animation. Persona 5 the anime came out, so you can watch it
on Netflix, right? On Netflix, right?
Nah, it's on Hulu.
Yeah, it's on.
I think the movie for part 3.
My daughter's been wanting to watch it really bad.
You can watch part 4, man. Part 4 is amazing.
On Hulu, I gotta watch it.
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Oh, is it? Because something was put on Netflix not too long ago with Persona. Keep going over there.
But yeah, somebody edited the episodes into 4 movies, so you can just watch it like that. 3 or 4 movies.
Looking through there and watch the wall. Watch the wall. You see how it open? Go back now. Wait, no.
Ooh. Sorry about that, Ghost Man. Sorry.
I'm gonna show you this.
Brother, it's all right, man.
It was annoying. So
the background of mine, you can hit the streets. Fine.
Go there.
I'm in the hood, man. It happens, bro.
Open the door. No, but for us, anime is old. You know, it's old news. We've been watching anime since, like, 83, 81, 82. Like when it started, it first come overs. No,
remember the Street Fighter one?
Yeah, I have those.
Dope.
I still have the Alpha, the first one. Cross again.
Yeah, but the newest stuff is really, really good, dude. And I only say that because my daughter's into anime, and I gotta watch it because
they get a little freaky deaky on there, man.
They get that fan service in there, man. But the quality of their anime, is amazing. It's unfortunate that the quality of their video games are matching.
You're right, yeah. Yeah, Persona 4 and My Hero Academia. The animation is crazy. They also got this boxing one called Megalo Box.
But you're talking about now. Go through the door. But you're talking about the animation quality as far as the artwork, the art style, how they draw, right?
Not just the drawing, dude. Even the stories make sense now a little bit more. I mean, you can know if you know the Japanese culture, of course that helps, right? You kind of know their little foibles and stuff like that. But the stories actually make, like My Hero Academia. To me, that's their take on American superheroes.
Marvel, yeah. It's like X-Men.
Hey guys, what is your anticipation? What game y'all think is coming out on E3? I mean, this E3. What games you think is gonna hit? What game are y'all into?
What surprise that we don't expect?
A surprise.
Microsoft, you mean?
What you think they're gonna pull? Like, hit him with a jab or uppercut? What you think is gonna be something unique?
Ask E-Rock first because he hasn't talked in a while. Ask E-Rock and then I'll
E-Rock. E-Rock been quiet. You know the Don King of Xbox.
For Microsoft, I have actually no idea. I have no idea.
That's the thing.
First, I would like to see Borderlands 3. That's something that I would like to see. I would like to see more of a real first Shadow of Tomb Raider. And
wait, are you talking exclusive?
Yeah, that's what we meant. Exclusive.
Exclusive. Okay.
Exclusive. Well, if you don't show me Halo 6, I don't really care. So that's yeah.
We're not talking about. We're talking about something that hasn't been out for a while. That's what he's asking. Like that, you think they might do for fan service because they've been asking. We don't mean Fable because we know Fable's coming. That's a given. Something else. What do you think? That might be a surprise. That's what he's trying to say.
That would be a surprise. Not really that much. Maybe Brute Force. I didn't see Brute Force on the OG list.
Okay. E-Rock. I'll go up and turn around.
I'm being honest. I want to see something that's gonna blow my mind, bro. That's gonna have me like, yo, this is next gen. Utilizing our hardware. Because this is what we waiting for. That
game to use the X.
It's using the Xbox fully. You see in Far Cry 5 when they utilized it, the dev kits and everything. They blew the PlayStation Pros out the water. Even though when you look on TV and everything, they got Sony's putting their stuff out there, Far Cry 5, they putting theirs on PlayStation, like basically. I'm waiting to see the Xbox one, but that never is going to happen. That's another thing why I think Microsoft is kind of down and out because they don't put a lot of commercials out there like that.
Have you not seen the Sea of Thieves commercial?
No, I seen
with Sean Astin.
Yeah, but that's like, I ain't gonna lie.
Well, they play that before I was watching this movie, Ready Player One.
Yeah, they're playing it in the movie theaters. That was pretty
right. Cool. Well, with me, I think the game that they're gonna bring out from their exclusive, IPs that they haven't touched in a while, because it would make sense. I think it's gonna be Crimson Sky. I think they're gonna do Crimson Sky where you have the plane element and you get out of the plane and have action element like Uncharted. I think they're gonna go for that route, like give you a plane action adventure game that you actually go on foot and actually on the plane. Because that was the original intent with the first one. With the first one, that was the original intent. And you were and the guy, his name was even Drake, and he looked like Drake.
No, his name was Nathan.
Nathan. Yeah, Nathan. That. You know what I mean? So I have a feeling that's going to be the one or Perfect Dark in between those two.
I agree. Perfect Dark, yeah.
Forever.
What do y'all think about that show, man?
But if I had to choose one, dude, I would go with straight up Mech Assault, dude. That's one of the first games that really got me into it.
Good dude.
think Microsoft could lock down Doom 3? I mean Doom, basically, like lock it down. You don't think so? Or they're gonna go third party? You think?
Nah, they can't.
They can't.
That's a little too sacred, Ghost.
I think this is what I would like a lot of the third-party developers. I don't care if we get these things locked down or they're exclusive. What I want them to do is take advantage of our console.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we don't need it to be exclusive because it is going to technically be exclusive if they utilize the Xbox One X, kind of like what they're doing with all these remakes, right? Like we're not remakes, but they're updating all this. They're dropping all these updates that are changing the way the game looks. Man, my daughter, she doesn't think this kind of stuff.
Turn yellow.
They got the update for Overwatch.
No.
She was like, even she knows. She looked at it. She goes, "Wow." She's like, "Wow, Dad, this thing looks better somehow." And I'm like, "Yeah, they put an update for it to make it look a little bit more to see the full realization of what the game's supposed to look like, especially on the Xbox One X." So I think if Microsoft, they don't have to pay all that money to them. You just talk to developers, and it seems like the developers are on board to make their games the best that they possibly can. And for all the PlayStation guys that are out there, man, if we get some hit in this chat section, you guys know this is true, man, because as soon as this stuff started taking off, man, you guys started talking about PS5.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we know on the Xbox side that this stuff is successful. I don't need IGN to tell me. I don't need Ryan to sell out McCaffrey to make an episode telling me how good it is. Right.
Exactly.
All I have to do is watch what your response to this, and you guys are already talking about the PS5.
And I'm just saying, I got the Scorpio. We hardcore guys with the Xbox, and I feel like I got that Scorpio. And when I got my OLED TV, and I put that bad boy up, and I seen the true power, I look at my PlayStation now and just laugh like, yo, these games are looking
dope. To see it with Hellblade.
What? That's what I'm about to check out. I'm gonna stream that in a bit because I'm waiting in 7 hours trying to finish it. So I got
even on my old ass Toshiba 2080p TV, which I have my X hooked up to right now. It looks amazing, man. Microsoft didn't leave anything to chance. They actually delivered.
But the thing is, you can't tell forever. You can't tell. Now go through it again. You can't tell. Go through it. No, do it. You can't tell unless you have it. It's something you have to see in order to really understand it. That's why when these guys go, "Oh, I don't need that. I don't really need it. It's not that much difference from 1080p." That's when you know that they don't understand because they don't have it. It's something that has to. Certain things you're not going to understand. Like kind of like the analogy that Ghost used and that you used when you went to the actual baseball game. Right. That until you didn't go to a real baseball game, you couldn't see the difference.
You don't know. You don't know the feeling until
right. Exactly. That's the same thing with the X on a real, 100% quality, 4K TV, even the lower ends that support HDR. Dude, you're not going to really understand.
I have a Hisense, dude, which is the lowest end. What they did was Microsoft looked at the lowest common denominator. And they realized that not everybody can afford that OLED, which I wish I could. But not a lot of people can. So, you're going to pick up that Hisense for $379 like I did. And, it works. It's good. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that it's the best thing since sliced bread. You don't get the full effect, but the effect that you get is pretty damn good. And I really hate this is like the graphics thing we talked about in the DirectX show one time, right? I wish people would learn the difference between 1080p and 4K.
Right.
Because I've had so many people look at me and say, "Look, I got a 1080p. Will it look as good as will 4K be any better?" I'm like, "Well, one is 4K, and one is 1080p," and I just leave it at that. To let them kind of think about what they're asking me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The pixel counts are just way higher. We're talking about 8 billion pixels to 20 billion. You see what I'm saying? It's a very big difference. And and not only that, it's also the HDR. The HDR brings a whole new dynamic with the colors, the draw distance, the details in the actual textures themselves. You know what I'm saying? The blacks, the whites, the shaders. That is all part of HDR. You will not see that and learn to see the difference unless you have a TV that supports it or a monitor, which there's only one right now, and it's like really expensive. But
and only Mikey Barra can afford it.
Right? Yeah, that's neither here or there.
One game.
The point is that you have to have it in order to understand it. Because if you don't, you're not going to get it. You just, and that's why I say when these guys say, "Oh no, it's just as good as my 1080p." No, it really isn't. When you look at 4K, when you look at 4K and then go back to 1080p, that's when you can really tell the difference. Because then for the 1080p
just look at Ghost
Recon blurry to you
and come back to me.
Which one?
Ghost Recon Wildlands. When I popped that in the X. That's an underrated enhancement right there, man. Because it had bad anti-aliasing on the original Xbox One, and the frame was good, but the anti-aliasing was real bad. You look at it now, it's just like Jesus. Like this rivals many linear games. Like it rivals Uncharted, and that's a linear game. And it rivals Gears. I'm just like God. And it made a game that was not considered very visually appealing.
And you know what?
Appealing. I attribute that to more than just resolution, but yeah.
Yeah, but there's a time in this gaming industry where people would actually applaud this stuff.
Right.
We used to be gamers was like, you don't care what system it is, man. It's like the technical advancements would drive the industry. And as fans, we go crazy for them. But, we live in a day and age where everybody plays these brands now, and they can't appreciate something that's that good. Look at what they introduced with the OG Xbox games, man, and how they upgraded them. That's amazing to me that they can do that.
Morrowind still looks like trash. I'm gonna say that again.
It's amazing how, and I actually want to agree with you on that, man. Just me sitting down watching the show after J Long and Khalad told me to go check it out, and I'm sitting, before I went to bed, I'm just watching YouTube, like, breaking night. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go to bed. So I'm like, I'm watching these games, this OG Xbox games come to life, and it's like, that's unique. Like, and that's something that our console got. That's dope. We got the OG games, 360 games, and it's badass. Like, what is people complaining about? For a show like that, think about it. They could have showed that at E3. They gave us something, so they got content. They gave that to us to shut people up for bashing the first show. And people still find a way to bash it. This show is not like a PSX or nothing like that to blow up things. Nah, they giving us things that we had asked for, and people's not being truthful about it. They can have jokes on it, but they actually catering to their fan base. Look what we did with the console. Y'all asked for OG Xbox games, and look what we did to them. Not like PlayStation. No, we got truly backwards compatibility.
Well, Ghost, real quick. I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of people go, well, why would we need old games? For the viewers that may watch later on or that are watching now, Ghost is a perfect example why that backwards compatibility feature is a really good customer fan service. Ghost Rider never played OG Xbox games ever, and he always said he would be interested in playing them because we are his friends and we own the OG, and told him about a lot of good titles that were there that he never got to play. Now, with this OG Xbox games being on Xbox, and they're even enhanced and better quality, he can actually play them, and they're only $10 a piece. He buys them digitally, and he can play them and experience that he never played before. So that's
now I ain't got to go get an OG Xbox.
Exactly. Which, remember when you came to my house, Ghost?
Yeah.
You saw the OG. You almost bought it when we went to Digital Press.
Yeah.
But you're like, damn, I want that shit. And you almost bought one. And now this eliminates you from having to worry about that.
Exactly.
And a lot of people out there are going to have the same sentiment because the OG Xbox didn't do well. And a lot of people never bought it. They never played it. So now it's like a cult classic. So a lot of people have interest in playing the games and seeing what they were all about.
And guys, here's another thing. I went to one of those cons and I saw Conquer Live and Reloaded, $45. I'm like, oh shit, that's usually $60. I'm gonna cop it now. I copped it, right? But now you guys are gonna be able to pay $10 for that game and get it digitally in 4K.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's true. It's true.
So I put the prices, man. The prices of these games, a lot of them are going up now. Like
because they're hard to find.
The battlefronts aren't cheap.
There were small prints.
If you can find it in GameStop, guarantee you, because GameStop be in tune with that, they pick up the price to those games.
Oh yeah,
Believe it or not,
they're gonna start. Watch them restock OG Xbox games.
Oh, they're already doing that. They're already doing.
And they're gonna charge you a little more bang for your buck. Trust me. That's how it is. You think that they're not in tune to all of this? Yes, they are. They watching everything that Microsoft does.
Yeah. No, they are. They really are. And what I'm saying is, that's a perfect example why this type of stuff is a necessary and wonderful thing for fans and customers. It's customer fan service, because that's the example that I was trying to tell before with some people on Twitter. They're like, "Oh, why you need old games? Why you need remasters that are not really remasters, and you're paying $50 and $60 for them? Why?"
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it makes more sense to rebuy them instead of getting them free with free enhancements. Like
but you get achievements. That's what they say.
Yeah, exactly.
The achievements thing, but this is that was so mind blowing. But you just got haters, man, and you always gonna have haters. Anything Microsoft does, they're gonna get bashed for it. They showed a great little show. I like the minute where this guy he went in crazy, and when he said a Microsoft exclusive, and he stopped. Oh, time is up. Like he keeps you interested, and I'm like, oh man, like it was dope. Even though he got them suits and they got jokes, Larry Heard, but at the end of the day, like. It was something good, like, and to bash it is like, come on, man, damn, bro, give them a break. They showing a show that's good, yeah, it might have dragged along the way, but who cares? It's something that Xbox is doing. PlayStation got all these fucking events and show the same shit over and over throughout the events. And when you get to the PS Japanese or whatever, Tokyo show or whatever, they might show you Japanese games. Wow, whoop-de-doo. Like, Microsoft is doing something every month, like. To bash something that they doing good for us, it's like, come on, bro.
People that are simple-minded, you got to treat simple-minded, meaning simpletons. They have, if they, I bet you, if they just did a 30-minute show or maybe an hour show and just kind of crash course through all the topics right away, then people would appreciate it. People don't care about, for some reason, about the details. I do. I appreciate it. I want to know what their plans are and how they created it, what it took them to create certain things like music and games, because that's important, because that gives you another level of appreciation. It lets you know how hard and how complex it is to make these games that we so easily say they suck. You see what I'm saying?
No, but you know what really blows me away is that a lot of people were complaining about, again, some of the pillars in our community were bitching about how Microsoft doesn't get a coverage from IGN or GameSpot, or they get unfair. So Microsoft goes and does their own 2-hour program, right, to give you guys the information that the gaming media is not giving you, and then you guys turn around and complain about it.
Exactly.
And when you guys were the very ones complaining that we don't get enough access and that we don't get enough information, or that Microsoft needs to advertise, well, here you guys go, man. You got a 2-hour program that's showing you all the stuff, you know, in between. Like the Michael Ironside thing, I'm just like Heba.
I love that stuff. Cool. That was awesome.
I absolutely love that stuff, dude. And
that was awesome.
You know,
that was awesome.
Yeah, and that's something that they could like take it to Comic-Con. That's why I wanted them to expand, you know, Microsoft's footprint, dude. That's the stuff you got to do, because I'll be honest with you, man. You guys can't depend. Microsoft can't depend on the gaming community, especially on our side.
Because the little hints to add to what you're saying too right now, the little hints they threw on there. Michael Ironside basically hinted, "Yeah, I'm possibly working on something new." He threw the hint out there. You see? Yeah.
How about the guy with the Gears of War 5? I don't mean to cut you off.
That's another hint that he threw out. They had the Gears of War 5 sweater. Hey, is that a 5 I see there? And Major Nelson did it being snarky and acting like he's slow. Those are things that go a long way, because they're little hints telling you, listen, we got some stuff working that you guys are going to be interested in. And that's what makes it, you appreciate, well, guys like us and Sega Forever and E-Rock, especially that we're old school, we know how this works more than the younger guys. Not to exclude you guys, but that you guys don't realize how lucky you are with the expansion and that you expensive expensive level of outlets that you guys have to go to get gaming information, unlike us.
Yeah, to be fair, we grew up with print. We grew up with print, to be fair.
Yeah, man, we grew up where we barely got a magazine. Sometimes we got a solicitation every 2 months, because some magazines only did 6 issues a year. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, that's why I said that a lot of you younger guys, and I'm not saying J Long, Ghost, and T Reaper because they are younger. They are younger, but I'm not saying them in particular. But how lucky you are to have all these outlets to provide you all this gaming info. The problem is that when you go to them,
hey, you want to know what?
They're very one-sided. You know, go ahead.
The first website I ever went to was GameFAQs.com. And it was ironically for cheat codes for Spider-Man on 64. It was ironically for that.
That's funny.
I remember my cousin showed me how to do it, because I didn't have that. That was one of those games where you needed the memory card. Only a few games needed that, like Activision games. They all needed the memory card, but yeah. So I used the password to get to the levels that I was last at. Yeah.
I used to going into a store that had the magazines, the old school magazines, and I used to get my fatalities from there. I used to make believe like I was looking at the book and write it down. the
I write GTA cheat codes, man.
Back down, right?
Yeah, they have the cheat code magazine, bro. And I write down the freaking cheat code on a napkin, and then
I used to do that. Yep, Jay. And go home and be like this. Finish him.
Don't you guys get mad now, though? Don't you guys get mad now how easy it is for these guys, dude? You're like the grouchy old man. I'm like that with my kids. I tell them that all the time. My son the game. I tell them that. I tell them the same thing. Ghost, man. I told him, you know what Daddy had to do, man. We had to go to the store, man, and then look up the code and stuff like that.
Look up a code, and then the guy in the store, hey, what you doing?
We have to sneak in the back, open it, and try to write it down. Hey, what you doing? What you doing? You gotta pay for that. You want that?
Yeah, you gotta pay for that.
And then you get one of those
cheat code magazines.
You remember that? You remember when they had like when they used to give you the how can I say it? They put the CD there, like a demo.
The
inside
demo,
in the magazine.
Yeah.
And mysteriously, the demo's gone.
That was our source of information. It was like that. That's how it was.
Hey, get away from there. What you doing? Oh, man. That's memories, man, like, of being young. But nowadays, kids ain't got to do that. They got it easy. Internet. You see a lot of these fake websites.
Yeah, the internet makes cheat codes so easy. Games don't even have them anymore.
Yeah.
They don't even have them anymore because of it, man.
No, you gotta pay for them, Jay. You gotta pay for them now. That's what you guys
exactly.
You're gonna lock it behind a paywall.
You gotta pay for the cheat codes.
Pay for this stuff. Hey, where E-Rock at, man?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He was there.
Man, got dropped. Got him.
He was there, but
farewell, my friend.
Farewell, man.
They said the Don King of Xbox. Get him. Get him out of here. Yeah, man, but yo, that was the good old days, man. And now, like, sometimes people gotta appreciate what you got. And that's what Microsoft is doing right now. And if we don't get that, you're gonna hear people, when Microsoft's gonna give an announcement on something. Let it build up. Yeah, maybe this is
Do
where
they
we
not know E3's coming right there? That's what makes me cringe, bro.
There's about 60 days away, 57 days.
Yep.
Like, you want E3 before E3, and that's what's bugging me out. Right. I don't know what logic that is, you know.
Well, because they announced God of War, and they announced Detroit, and they announced Spider-Man. But listen, the reason why they announced
announcements.
There's what's shown at E3
we announced State of Decay and Sea of Thieves.
Exactly, it's the same logic.
No, then when we get
Crackdown,
to E3, we complaining. No, if Microsoft shows their stuff now, then we get to E3 to be complaining. Why they show everything? They should have saved something for the show. That's what they're
like the most I could see them ever doing is announcing a Crackdown date. That's the most I could see them doing before E3. That's the most I want them to do. Because everything new, I don't want to hear about it.
They want you to have an E3 show so they really can just sit there and sing Kumbaya.
That's the thing. Somehow, some way, Microsoft gets stuff leaked out. And that's when people go, oh, yeah, they showed it. Yeah, it's not a big hurrah no more. They go, oh, but we seen that already. What's next? Come on, man. You never see them asking about Sony stuff. You understand? They always want to see something slip up. And for some reason, since we've been doing this YouTube stuff, Microsoft, when it gets close, something gets leaked out. And you're like, like, come on. Like, everybody get excited, but now in E3, you're not going to be as excited as when you're waiting. Like, when you see it for the first time. And they always slip up. Somebody in the industry or something got to slip up and cheat, grab some of Microsoft, put it out there, and kill a vibe. But they won't do that to Sony, though. They won't do that, though. PlayStation come out.
Sony doesn't really have much, though, right?
Yeah, but to the PlayStation fan base, if they show a Goo Goo Gaga, they're going to go, oh, that Goo Goo Gaga's dope. That Goo Goo Gaga's the shit. You know what I mean? Like, they bring up anything. A turd. It could be a turd in a box.
Anything they do is amazing. Anything.
Exactly.
Their fan base are loyal. They're not like us that we're like, oh, my God, what are you doing? Like, that we're picky or we're not appreciative. Their fan base, you give them shit, they love shit.
And I'd rather be on this side, dude, because even if they make games that I don't like, dude, you're gonna come across that gem because they're
right. You know what's funny? Xbox is kind of like the wild card this generation because, like, Sea of Thieves, what other company would do that? What other company would do Crackdown Cloud Destruction? What other company would fucking release a RTS, a first-party RTS? I'm like, you crazy? But they did.
Well, that's why
Microsoft's got balls.
Call them corny, but
that's why being in second place, or according to some people, third place. That's why it's benefited us, man. I really don't compare that, because we've benefited. Right. They've gone beyond the pale.
More bells and whistles. We have gotten more bells and whistles with our console than anybody else, right?
And like you could say, Scalebound failed. Well, it did, But that's because they tried something new. They trusted a Japanese developer that only does linear games to make an open world co-op Dragon RPG.
Oh, that was dope.
Mistake
That's
number one.
again, a one of its kind right there.
Yeah, it was something else.
And
You're right,
Fable Legends as well. That RTS / hack and slash. Like,
Yeah, I love that. I really
like that was a crazy ass risk, and guess what? The risk didn't work. I played it. I personally thought it was weak.
So Jay,
liked it, though.
Jay, let me ask you this, man. What do you think pisses off the people more, right? That they canceled it, or that Microsoft has the money that they can't cancel a game like that?
I think I don't know, because it was a free to play to begin with, and I thought free to plays didn't count to Xbox guys. So
I mean, you look at all the RT and time that they put into it. Granted that the people, but they went in a new direction with it, and it blows my mind because when I listen to people, like when I hear them complaining, it's not that it's a money thing, right? But it's also that Microsoft can, because people are like, well, this will bankrupt them. I'm like, nah, not really. It might cost a few jobs. It might cost, like a developer or a movement up top, but it's like, especially with the PlayStation guys, man. I'm not trying to hate on them, but I'm just being honest. That's what I saw. Their reaction was like, oh, what a waste of money. They could have done this, and this. And I'm like, well, they're Microsoft. They can do whatever they want to.
Yep.
I mean, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Sure.
I don't think it's a bad opinion at all because it holds a lot of weight. You know what I mean, Trevor?
Well, I just dealing with these guys, man. It's like we're going through the same thing every single year. It's getting so tiring. All I want to see, I want Microsoft to come out with 100 indie titles. Like do that sizzle reel. I want a sizzle reel of 100 indie titles just to piss people off. That's all I'm getting. I want 100 titles. They just sizzle through it and then just hear everybody just watch the internet blow up, and I'll just be sitting back and just laughing.
You trying to say games like this? I got that wham bam, thank you, man. I got the he shoot me shoot. I got this and that. Like they used to do to us.
Yeah, but not even do it like in a good way. Do it like in like 3 second spots. So not only are I pissed off that they have a sizzle reel, but then they don't even know what the games are. That's what I would do. Because I mean, it's a moot point at right now, dude.
Gotta get the fan base tight.
Yeah, that's
Microsoft,
how you.
I hate you.
That's what I put in E-Rock's video, man. I say I love the second episode of that the one we have with Major Nelson. What was it called? Inside Xbox. I love it because to me they double down, and that'll continue to separate the wheat from the chaff. You know what I'm saying? Where all these guys are starting to like, oh, well, I don't want to be a part of this community anymore. I say, dude, you never was, so just step. Just step. Just carry on.
Yeah, people just going crazy, and they just, I don't know, man. They just one track minded. I like a company that's taking risk, because if you take a risk, you're bound to land something that's going to be unique and it's going to be dope. And that's what I want Microsoft to do. Keep taking your risk, man, because it's only going to get you better, and you're only going to step your game up. That's what I like. Yeah, we're getting ass whipping now.
Taking risk also.
Yeah,
introduces you to new IP.
Yeah.
How the hell do you think we got so many IPs from back in the day? Because they always were making a whole bunch of different new stuff. That's how. But back then, since everybody was real gamers, not selective gamers, right?
Yeah.
That's why a lot of those games succeeded. And a lot of them failed too. But we were able to play in the same console, something like Bazooka Joe, right? Or Booger Man, and something like, Clockwork Knight and Estelle. You see what I'm trying to say? They had different flexibility to try new things because we didn't complain. We liked new games and new IPs and new characters because it was exciting. And it gave it room to introduce newer worlds and characters that were fun, and now it's like, no, if you don't give us what we're used to or familiar with, we're not happy. You see, because although PlayStation got Days Gone, it feels like World War Z meets Dead Rising meets Last of Us. Although God of War changed the camera angle and made the fucking combat more claustrophobic, it's basically Rise, Son of the Last God, right? Or Son of the Last War, right? Then we have you got things like Spider-Man is just another amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, just with more production value and new graphic engine. right? Or Detroit, just another Beyond Heavy Rain Until Dawn, Indigo Prophecy that we've been playing for so many years now, right? It's a glorified Dragon Slayer game where it all started from back in the arcades, right? So again, they don't have their own identity. They're just a image of their own product, basically. That we already know and are used to seeing. Ghost,
which I wouldn't mind if the PlayStation guys on their side would just acknowledge that fact.
Right, admit it. Yeah, but they try to make it not. Look at God of War. Look at Games Gone. They're completely different experience. Oh my God, there's so many. No, the stories are different, but the gameplay of the game, they have no identity. They all feel the same way. They have that dirty pastel look or that grungy look, and they all trying to be like photorealistic. They all have children in it now involved, and they have stories that are trying to be dramatic where you need a box of Scott tissues next to you when you play the game because you're going to bust out crying instead of just playing a game. You know what I mean?
Which again, I would not mind, except that when we had Quantum Break, they were saying that was trash. And it looked like trash, right? And then now they got God of War, and they're like, oh, well, this is awesome. So, the double standard, once again, that we talk about so much.
When Quantum Break was doing things that no other game did before, like rewinding in real time as you were playing. In real time, where it was talking about quantum physics and time travel, which we don't have a lot of games that do that, So,
and that sounds adult right there. The quality of the production as well, dude. I mean, they got some top name actors to be in there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, they got the black dude in Horizon as well. The same black dude.
Oh yeah, that's right. He is in Horizon. The actor.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is T Reaper alive? He's quiet.
Yeah, I am.
He's on Twitter. On Twitter. I see his stuff popping up.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter. He's been playing all day.
I actually have to go to work though. That's kind of what I was kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Definitely, guys. We've been going on 4 hours, but 4 hours of talking, gaming, and expressing ourselves, not hating. We're not hating on God of War. We're not doing on it. Playing and talking. J-Lo's playing that fire.
We were playing the whole time. For those who think we're not playing, even T was on too.
Well, I was playing Twitter Wars, is what I was actually doing.
Yeah. Yo, Reaper, right now as I'm doing the show, I'm playing Clash of Clans on my phone.
I have to save my cell phone for work, so that's why I was doing everything through my computer.
Dude, we was doing the show. I made my kids and my nieces and nephews breakfast.
That's what's up. Nice. That's what's up, man. And we've been doing 4 hours of talking, speaking our mind, man, and what's been going on with the community and the ups and downs. And if you like your console, enjoy it. But to say that we're bugging out and we're crazy, yes, we want Microsoft to change. Everybody wants that, but that's something unique. It's something for Microsoft to do. And I like a system that takes chances, and Phil Spencer and them takes chances. And I'm not an Xbox dude that's a pony. Basically, in short words, that I'm not trying to be like a Sony dude. I am not, and that's not me. I'm the ghost with the most, and I know basically my boys on the panel ain't trying to be wanting to be like PlayStation. Or I want a PlayStation game like God of War. No, that would never. That's not me. God of War is God of War.
We are all men that make our own path.
Yeah. I'm not that type.
Do not follow someone else's path.
And that was never me. So I'm gonna be honest. Like, before I end this show, I want to say like this, guys. I had a blast chilling out with you on a Saturday, and I know y'all gamers. Y'all gonna be gaming. You was gaming. J Long's gaming right now. T Reaper gotta go to work. God bless you, my brother. Thanks for stopping by, Sega Forever, and T Reaper definitely, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. I didn't think this normally goes 4 hours. That's kind of why
I let it rock like that because the guys was jumping in, and I would have I'm not gonna just stop the show when they're getting in, but definitely I wanted to hear the input. And thank you, T Reaper, for stopping by and definitely blowing up that playing God of War, T Reaper, quote unquote, makes you a better father. That
that meme came from Dorian, right? That's just funny as shit.
That's hilarious. Babe, watch me call my wife for a minute. Babe, come here for 1 second.
That's funny.
Watch this. Hey, babe, I'm live on the air right now. You ain't gonna believe this. T Reaper brought this up earlier before I end the show, babe. He showed a link or something he showed saying that playing God of War makes you a better father. Did you believe that?
Oh, dude.
How's that, right? My wife even said it. How is that?
I can get it back. It's like down here somewhere.
Yeah, show that so my wife can see this.
By the way, that Lost in Space saw the first episode. So far, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's
Spartan
serious.
said was shit.
It's more serious. It's
and
more
you can watch it with your family, right, bro?
Yeah, I'm with my wife now. She's cooking up. She's cooking something good in the kitchen right now. Smells good.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, man. Yo, T Reaper blew my mind with this.
Oh, there we go. I found it. Damn, that was fast.
Yeah. T Reaper's bugging. He came out with that like, yo, they crazy, Ghost.
Who said that? PlayStation?
Yeah, yo. Yo.
Dorian posted it right here. It was doing.
He posted it up. It's God of War.
Makes you a better
look at that. Click on T Reaper right now. Look at that. Oh no. Playing God of War will make you a better dad. Claims Sony. Could you believe that?
Sony.
How much can Sony reach? That is crazy. That's called reaching. And for anybody that believes this, need to slap themselves twice in the face, take their PlayStation and stomp the shit out that shit, because that is bull. That is reaching. That's Sony reaching.
That's just as classics as saying as the cell processor has real human tissue in it.
Oh yes, another thing. Sony did that. Human tissue. Oh snap! Yo, oh, you need 2 jobs for a PlayStation. Like, come on. Yo, but anyway, God bless y'all, man. Guys on the panel, if y'all got anything to say.
No, just thank you. I'm free to do this anytime as long as it's before 4 o'clock.
You got it.
I normally don't go to work till 4 o'clock or later, so it's like basically the thing. Except on Fridays and Thursdays. But next week is God of War. I cannot wait to find what that precious treasure is going to be unveiled, and I'm going to spoil it for the entire nation. And then I'm gonna post it all over Twitter. Be like,
"Oh, so good. I don't be mean."
Damn, he's King Spoilers. Wow.
King Spoilers, and your boy Ghost will be right behind him. Because I'm getting that early.
T Reaper's God of Spoilers, bro. He's God of Spoilers.
Yeah. See, I'm gonna be up on your channel. I'm subscribing, so
I'm probably actually gonna be streaming the whole thing. So I'll stream the whole walkthrough.
Watching.
I'll stream the whole walkthrough. I'll be like Craig. I'll be like Craig, who streams the whole thing.
Thanks, guys, for watching and rocking out with us for 4 hours. God bless y'all. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe to everybody in this panel. Peace.
Peace. Thanks for having me on.